legends, and fascinating histories right outside your car window. Featuring over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, many narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Make your next drive an adventure. Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
I'm Jeff. I got a call that my wife Katie was in a bad car accident and was airlifted to Shands Hospital. When I got there, she was in surgery for a brain injury. She's had a long recovery. We needed an attorney. Our close friends recommended Glenn Klausman. Glenn Klausman was available 24/7 to help. We've been blessed by my wife's recovery. The results from Glenn Klausman's efforts were way more than expected. He's more than an attorney for us. He's a friend. Call him at 407-917-1718, KLAUSMAN law.com, office Winter Park.
Who's ready for a new sensation? All over the nation, everyone's seeing inflation. In fact, RC Hill Mitsubishi is just about the only place prices are going down. It's my deflation celebration event, and it means you could drive a new Mitsubishi for just $5 down, and that's less than a carton of eggs. For your peace of mind, all new Mitsubishis come with a lifetime limited warranty. Listen closely to my declaration and join my deflation celebration, because you can ditch your current ride and drive a car you love for just $5 down. My dealer next door credit approval process is free of frustration, because we work with the lenders who want to approve your application with rates as low as 1.9%. Right now you could drive a nicer, newer car for just $5 down. Come to my deflation celebration, but hurry so I can help you beat inflation today. I'm RC Hill Mitsubishi, 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala, Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. See dealer for details.
If you love Florida and you love fun, then might I suggest you pick up a rod and reel and go fishing? Because here in the Sunshine State, fishing, fun, and Florida just go together. And you know what else goes with fishing, fun, and Florida? I'll give you a hint. It starts with an L. That's right, a license. Getting your fishing license opens up a whole lot of fun and new memories, and it's never been easier to get one. Just visit fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com to order yours. And before you know it, you'll be more relaxed than you can even imagine. Casting your line in your local fishing hole, propping your feet up in that rental rowboat, and of course, catching the big one. So go to fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com. Then plan your escape, because fishing is a great way to connect with family, friends, and of course, nature. Your fishing license is just a few clicks away. Order yours today at fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com and enjoy all the fishing, fun, and Florida you deserve.
When you open your hopper, you don't fill it with just any hardwood pellets, right? You fill it with Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Made right here in the USA with North American ingredients and a 100% natural hardwood blend, Kingsford pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add delicious smoky flavor to any meal. Kingsford's the name you trust for the low and slow cooking you crave. So look for Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Kingsford.com.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Radio. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Seeley.
It is Monday, May 22nd, 2023. Lots to get to today. From we built the wall to parents are freaking out over fake Bluey Junkie episodes, and I refuse to tip any of the robots. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Len.
How we doing?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. As always, all you need to do is send us what we call a dispatch. Do that over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Good.
Weirdly sore.
Yeah,
Don't know why.
What's hurting over
My
there?
arm.
Oh, no. You broke your arm or
No,
something?
no, it's not broken.
Did you fall?
No, I didn't.
Did you use it too
No,
much?
no, I know what's happening here.
No, it's the left arm.
C-Lan has officially reached the age now where you get injuries and you do not know where they originated from. That's where you're at now.
When you pull your back out coughing or just breathing?
Yeah, well, at least you know the source. If you cough or breathe wrong and get the old back pulled out, the C-Lan rotator cuffing it. Is it up in your arm in that spot?
It's like it's not the rotator. It's just the arm. My arm meat.
Something
need a
is broken.
massage.
The arm meat, as the experts say. All right, let's get started. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the Texas House of Representatives. And Texas House of Representatives Speaker Dade Phelan, I think is his name.
Dade Phelan.
They were doing
That's a fun name.
Phelan, I think is how you spell his name. And they were doing like a late night session, and I think perhaps, who am I to judge, but I think maybe the Texas House Speaker might have had a drink or two, okay? I'm speculating here. I don't know for sure. I'm only speculating. Let's see how it sounded in the Texas House of Representatives.
Mr. Speaker, I move adoption.
All right, here we go.
Mr. Campbell, send the amendment is acceptable to the author. Is there objection to the author?
What?
The chair has done. Amendment is adopted.
What? That's real.
That's real.
Oh my God. That's so bad.
Did you see him slam
We've
down
had
the hammer?
blacked out broadcasts and we still sound better than that.
Never been that drunk on this show.
Whoa.
Never. I don't know what he just said.
Is
The amendment's adopted.
And then he picked up the gavel, the big giant comically large gavel, and slammed it down.
It would be hilarious if he slammed the gavel down and the head part just snapped off.
Just breaks
because he's
it.
using his drunk strength.
No, let's go back to that.
Speaker, I move adoption.
I'll move adoption.
Mr. Campbell, send the amendment is acceptable to the author. Is there objection to the opposite amendment? The chair has done. Amendment is adopted.
Okay.
Amendment's adopted.
This seems like a medical emergency almost.
Yeah, I don't.
The chair recognizes Mr. Johnson of Harris. Mr. Johnson of Harris to speak in opposition to the bill.
Nobody says anything about this, by the way. Nobody's like, are you okay, sir?
But we're all thinking it.
I mean, he just
The chair
sounds...
recognizes Ms. Niave Criado to speak in opposition to the bill.
Oh my God.
He barely is with it there.
So is their response says,
No response. They were like, at all the articles I saw about this were like, there was no response, no excuse as to why this was going on. They said it's well known that in Texas, they do a little drinking sometimes when they're operating after
Damn,
hours.
that's a lot.
That's not a little bit of drinking right there. That's some advanced drinking that gets you to that stage where you can't make any sense. Alicia on YouTube says, dude is sauced. Yes, he is all the way drunk.
Is it possible he is having some sort of issue?
If he was...
Maybe
mix
hold
of
on.
both.
Maybe it's his blood sugar.
If he was... Why wouldn't they come out with a statement saying, hey, he was having an issue with his blood sugar? I almost feel like everybody's like, he's drunk again.
Besides us, how many people are talking about this? This is the first I've heard.
I don't know. It's spread around a little bit online just because people are amazed at how hammered the guy actually was.
Is it then to the belt? And that gavel was massive.
Yeah, it was a big, gigantic gavel. And he, watching him pick it up and, all drunkenly slam it down was just hilarious to me.
If he had missed what do you call the
gavel smacker?
No.
Yeah, the gavel
is the hammer.
Yeah, but the part that you hit,
the part that you strike, is it a strike plate?
I have no idea.
If he missed that be hilarious.
Right, just breaks all the stuff in front of him.
Or
But
just smashes a glass.
we'll see what he says. We'll see if he has any follow-up. Of course, this weekend was also actually something sports-related, something in the sports world. Horse racing, baby! And it was the Preakness Stakes out there on Saturday. Having a meltdown. It stumbled and threw its jockey, and then you know what they did to having a meltdown? They killed him, because that's what they do.
Right there.
I don't think they actually shoot him anymore, Sean.
Well,
I think they
I
get
like
the,
to picture
they get
him,
the juice.
I like to picture him old-fashioned, going out there like you're killing Lassie. It's just over. Well, not Lassie.
Okay, they didn't kill Lassie.
Old Yeller got killed, not Lassie. I'm killing all the animals. This is a horse was euthanized.
In Sean's, it was euthanized. It got the juice.
Uh-huh.
In Sean's idea of how things work, people are still out there sipping their bourbon, and then you hear a gunshot and a bunch of birds fly away, and somebody goes, "Oh my stars!"
Some really emotionless cowboy goes over with his gun and he says, "It's been a good run," and then he puts the gun to the temple of the horse.
Pun intended.
Having a meltdown, is now dead. That's the way I see it.
Why is the Preakness not as exciting to people as the Kentucky Derby?
I don't know. And you know what's even worse? The Belmont Stakes only gets any attention if one horse has won the previous two. And it's like if the Kentucky Derby...
If there's a possible Triple Crown, the Belmont Stakes gets watched. But Preakness, why does nobody care?
Nobody cares about it. Not as much as the Kentucky Derby,
Is
for
it
sure.
because they lack a signature cocktail such as the mint julep?
Get with it. How hard is it to make one of these things up? The mint julep isn't that creative. It's okay, though. I'm not going to hate on it too much. They're not too bad, actually. I also saw this weekend, and I'm a firm no on this, like just flat out not going to change my mind, solid, rooted in.
Must be something really manly.
And just completely never going to do it. But I saw a couple of people posting videos across social media of this happening to them. On Facebook, on all the places.
Twitter, y'all see this?
And it was people who were going into like a Walmart or a Publix or a Target or any kind of grocery store. And when they do the self-checkout, some of the self-checkouts are now asking if you would like to add a tip. And I'm like, tip to whom? Who am I tipping here? The robot that is running
They weren't even
this?
tipping the regular people that were at the checkout.
The only way I would consider tipping is if they said, you know how they usually hire like one person to wrangle all the self-checkouts?
Check IDs.
But even that person, just pay them like you pay the other people. You're tipping the robot.
Well, all right, where are these places? Because when you go to a Publix or a Walmart, you're not being asked to tip the grocer.
Not here.
In fact, I'm pretty sure at Publix they're supposed to turn it down at least a couple times.
Yeah, no, they flat out are. If you're like a cart kid or whatever they call them over at Publix, you're supposed to say no to any tips that people offer up to you. But in this case, they're trying this out in certain markets, and some of these big, gigantic corporations are like, let's try to make even more money by getting a tip for the robot that is processing your transaction.
No, thank you.
And mind you, if I'm doing self-checkout, I'm the one doing the work.
Yeah.
I'm the one who deserves the tip.
But is it a joy? I feel like you're in one of those simulations, and when you were a little kid, they had museums in which you could play the store clerk.
Yeah.
And I feel that when I'm going through self-checkout.
I got to tell you, I can't even weigh on this because you're just going to say you never do this and you never go there and you never interact with this.
Thank you for being honest.
It's very true, so I'll back off. But I don't know. I always like the experience of actually having a human that you say 4 words to and then you move on with your day. You know, sometimes they'll ask you a question about the food that you have, which is too much. I don't like that. I don't want to
None
be
of your business.
I don't want an inquisition.
Sometimes they guess what I'm making for dinner.
Right.
You know?
When they do that, I'm like,
That's
mind your
fine.
own business.
No.
Mind your own business. If I'm making tamales tonight, that's not on you. That's on me. I don't need to hear it from you.
Well, if they get it wrong, maybe I've screwed up in my selections.
Yeah, you realize you've forgotten something. We're going to hear from you today, as we always do. You can send us what we call a dispatch. You don't have to worry about waiting on the phone or any of that nonsense. You just go to thenewsjunkie.com and send your dispatches that way or through the app. The Step-a-P on Twitch says, a gavel strikes against a small piece of wood called a sound block. That's what the name of that little thing
All
is.
right.
That they smash the
See,
gavel.
Trivia this week.
Calling it a sound block makes it sound like it's somehow engineered to be more acoustic than just a piece of wood to
Yeah.
hit.
There's no science and technology behind this thing. Let's be honest here. It's a very, very basic thing. Angel on YouTube says, can we just stop tipping people that get wages above minimum? Most places don't do this. I think this is just like built in. Like, have you ever been to a place where you get the receipt and there's a tip line on there and you feel like it was in there by default and they just left it there because the situation seems like Why would there ever be a tip? Like a tire store or something?
There used to be a convenience store downtown that was also a liquor store, and it was next to a club.
Yeah.
And it was owned by the club. And so I guess to save money, they shared a POS system with the club.
Right.
So by default, if you went in there to get liquor, if you went in there to get cigarettes, if you went in to get a pack of gum, there would be a tip line.
And people will do it,
the
too,
thing.
just because they're used to it.
Maybe.
You're like a robot yourself checking out. You're like, oh, okay, I do this, I fill this out, I put this in there. I hate when they do that stuff. We have to stick this where it needs to be and not on robots, please. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to hear from you next, so make sure you join us here on the show. Plus, when we come back, a CEO of a major company gets heckled like crazy during a speech. What were they saying to him? Who was it? It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Need a woman in your life who responds to your most important commands? Hey Siri, play Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident on the Greenway heading northbound before Osceola Parkway. Exit 3, the left lane is blocked. There's slowdowns due to an accident on State Road 408 heading westbound, west of Mills Avenue, exit 11. And you can expect slowdowns due to an accident on Old Winter Garden Road at Pine Hills Road. Traveling on I-4, you can expect delays heading eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. A Wawa smoothie is a deliciously smooth way to start the end of your day. Enjoy a delicious Wawa fruit or cream smoothie with Wawa smoothies. Transitions in your day couldn't be smoother. Gotta have a Wawa.
Well, we are full on into summer weather here in Florida. That means it's either raining or intensely hot outside. You deserve to be comfortable inside with your AC working perfectly. And if you're not, if things aren't working out the way they should be, or if you feel like something's just not right, call Mills Air. This is a company started by Leon Mills, and they have a core set of principles that make them the best place to go to. They strive for honesty and fairness, and they want to make sure if you have a $5 part that's causing your AC to not function properly, they charge you the $5 to get that fixed. If you need big help, if your AC is completely shot, they want to help everybody out, so they have financing for virtually everyone out there. Mills Air is the best at all of this, and they've been doing it for a very long time. In business since 1992, over 30 years they've been keeping Central Florida cool. Their techs are the best. They can service all the brands out there, and they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. They can get you big rebates toward that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Every road trip is a chance to explore. Let the Autio app bring your next drive to life with fascinating narrated tales about the places you go. Autio features over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, tales of local legends, natural wonders, and history, with many stories narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Download the winner of the Webby Award for Best Travel App, Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Available from the App Store and Google Play.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Wake up, people. You're optimizing every waking hour of your life, from carpooling kids to work to friends and everything in between. You have to get sleep and a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements, learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better, night after night. Sleep next level, only from Sleep Number. Save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus special financing. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. See store for details.
At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with SimpliSafe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options. Backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
If there's anything better than getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's, it's getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's for less in the McDonald's app. Delicious. Order in the McDonald's app today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Use mobile order and pay on the McD app and get 30% off any purchase of $5 or more, like a steak, egg, and cheese bagel meal. At participating McDonald's, valid once a day through 12/31/23, excludes tax, must opt into rewards.
The McCafe Oreo Frappe has altered my brain chemistry. It's got tasty mocha, a hint of coffee, and Oreo cookie pieces. All of this deliciousness is blended with ice, then covered in whipped topping and even more Oreo cookie pieces. Oh, that's cold. Brain Frappe! Hurry, the McCafe Oreo Frappe is back for a limited time. Use the McDonald's app and get 20% off your order of $1 or more. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 5/1/23 through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid one time per day until supplies last. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license.
At Wells Fargo, if you accidentally overdraw your account, we give you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with an extra day?
Sunday night and I have the Sunday scaries.
Honey, don't be scared. Every weekend comes with an extra day now.
All right. TGI Sunday.
It helps to have an extra day. When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getextra to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to timing requirements and the bank's funds availability policy. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
Rover's Morning Glory.
It's The Woody Show.
It's Elliot in the Morning.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events. iHeartRadio Music Festival. All of the best free curated playlists. It's everything that rocks. All of the great podcasts for every interest.
This is Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Wrestling with Freddie podcast.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000. Awesome.
All of your favorite superstars.
This is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
Best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
To the both of you, C-Lane, Sabrina.
What now?
Might be a rough couple of weeks for you, and I just wanted to get this apology out there. But I got another tattoo yesterday. Went to the place, got the tattoo, and on the way out, the tattoo artist, who is fantastic, she is giving me the whole rundown that they normally do. Don't do this, try not to be in the sun, da-da-da, put this on, yada, yada. And she goes, oh, yeah, and you can't wear deodorant for 2 weeks.
Did you get your armpit tattooed?
It's like in the area, like underneath my arm, and you can't wear deodorant. And it, like even if you say you're gonna try to keep it up in like the armpit crevice, it can like slide down if you sweat or anything. So I can't wear deodorant for the next 2 weeks, and I am gonna be stinking over here. I'm just going to put that out there for the both of you. I'm sorry about it. I got the
there
fan
has
going.
to be like a natural way to kind of keep that down.
Maybe somebody knows.
Is there a powdered deodorant?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no options as of right now. I'm not sweating now, so I should be good. But I just wanted to warn the both of you in case that happens. Just give me a little bit of a perimeter and kind of work around me if you really want to be safe. Email coming in, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And Phil emails. He says, my wife and I went to a restaurant in Vieira for dinner on Friday because I had a gift card. I will not be going back again, he says. After we ate, the bartender said, did you see this already? And turned this little card around to us. And we hadn't seen it because the whole time we were there, we just had happy hour stuff and all the other things on the table in front of us. I paid what was requested, but we won't go back. And then he sends a photograph of what was on this menu that they showed him. Let me see if I can bring this up here. I don't know why this is not coming up, but there it goes. It says hospitality included. Like she spun this around to him on the table. Hospitality included. Because we care about our team members, our company, and our community, we've made some changes to adjust with the current times. Scan this QR code for more insight as to the why. You'll see there's a 20% service charge on all guest checks, 22% for parties of 10 or more. 16 to 17% will go directly to your server or bartender, and the remaining 4 to 5% will go towards other employee compensation, health, and well-being benefits. And they said, any additional gratuity over that will go 100% to the server. And I guess he's mad because they didn't, disclose this up front.
But that's what the server did.
He's saying it was turned around backwards, and it just had a happy hour special thing on the other side, and they didn't say it to you. I think if it's not well known that this place does it, they should probably make it a point to let you know before you start buying a bunch of stuff.
I mean, it's really as simple as going, hey, just let you know we auto-grat our checks.
Right when the server comes up, say, hey, how you guys doing? I just want to tell you we do things a little differently here, and very quick spiel.
I think they really kind of made it awkward by going into detail on the breakdown and all the this is where this goes, this is where that goes.
16 to 17%.
Other employee compensation and health and well-being. Just say you auto-grat and get done with it.
But it kind of makes it feel bad. Like if you speak up against it, like, oh, you don't want your server to have health care?
Right, yeah. You don't want any of the well-being benefits that we're paying for the servers out of this money?
Legally, do they have to take off an auto-grat if you ask for it?
I don't know. I'm not sure how that actually works. It says, we've also included opportunities for additional gratuity for your server or bartender if you feel so inclined. They will receive 100% of all additional gratuity. And so he was mad about this, and he says, I'm not going back to this damn place. What how everybody else feels. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Since when is it standard operating procedure to make your customers pay extra for your employees' compensation benefits and health care? It's not, and it should never happen. You as a company are not something we need to cherish. You need to cherish the customer. So to automatically apply a 20% service charge where only 16% goes to the actual person serving us.
You will cherish me!
And the rest to the owners to pay for their employees is a joke and a slap in the face of your customers.
You sound like a delight
this is
to
bad
go to a
business.
restaurant with.
And no matter how much I actually like their pizzas and calzones at this place, I'll spend my money somewhere that appreciates the customers and doesn't force them to pay the bills required to run their business. So he was not thrilled about this. I'm with you if you're upset about the fact that they're not kind of clearing this beforehand. It's probably a better idea to do that. BS on YouTube says, as a longtime former server, autograt is only good for SE large tables or during race week, spring break, etc. So not benefited by that, says BS, if you're one of the waiters that's dealing with that. This CEO, I was telling you about this before the break, so let me hit this up. David Zaslav.
Hit it up.
Is his name. Do you know who David Zaslav is? He's the CEO of what company?
No idea.
Big one. It's a big one. Starts with a W?
Westinghouse.
Also has a B next to it?
The Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers is correct.
Boys.
Yeah, Warner Brothers Discovery is what they call it now. But he's the CEO of this company.
Where did Discovery come from?
Because they had a big merger with Discovery. I think that was last year, but I don't even remember. Everything's kind of blended together.
The Discovery Channel.
Yeah, the Discovery Channel and Warner Brothers are like a big conglomerate now. And this dude got tapped to do the commencement speech over at Boston University this weekend. And remember, the writer's strike is going on. He's
What
the
are we
head
on?
of one of these companies.
Week 4?
I don't know. Yeah, we're a little ways into it now. It's gone a little ways, and I don't know if they've made any progress at all, honestly. But the crowd at the commencement speech at Boston University was heckling the hell out of this guy. Like the whole time they were giving it to this guy. Here's ABC 7. They were talking about
It's the
this.
start of week 4 of the writer's strike, and supporters were out in full force as the Warner Brothers Discovery CEO spoke at Boston University.
Wow. Also, the sunglasses.
Yeah, he's rocking some shades and he's doing the. Yeah, they're saying pay your workers, and lots of other things that they're shouting.
David Zaslav was booed and interrupted yesterday with chants of pay your writers. He was there to give the commencement speech and accept an honorary degree, but many students turned their backs on him as protesters picketed outside.
Dude probably thought this is going to be a breeze. I'll just go. They'll put some fancy outfits on me. Maybe even make some money. I don't know if they pay these people sometimes.
I think so.
If they're like a really big name.
Do they? I'm sure they pay like. I wouldn't call this Zaslav guy a celebrity speech.
No, a room full of 100 people, maybe one person knows him or something.
Right.
He's not that big of a name, I don't think.
Like I mean, sometimes they get like, Seth MacFarlane to come out there.
Oprah, right?
Yeah.
They'll get Michelle Obama.
Those are big money speeches.
Yeah,
Is he like an alumni, maybe?
I don't know. I don't know if he went there. They gave him an honorary degree.
That's the thing. All right, that's the other reason I would do something like this. The honorary degree.
I would put all my honorary degrees on a wall and just.
I would make you call me doctor.
Just act like they're all legit.
I'm sorry, it's Dr. Lane.
Yeah, please. You must call me by this. I worked so hard for it. So they were letting him have it the whole time.
After the event, he released a statement saying he is supportive of the writers and he hopes the strike is resolved
financially.
soon.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
Oh, calm down, Mark Brown. He's jumping into the end of the report to yell at us a little bit. So, yeah, pay your writers. Shut up, Zaslav. We don't want you here. They were just screaming everything they possibly could at this guy during this commencement speech. Okay, let's go over to you. Let's work in some dispatches and see what's going on in your world on a Monday. Here is, let's see, Try Joe Tepp is chiming in. He says there is an official drink of the Preakness Steaks. Is this true?
Sean,
Yeah, there
Sabrina, C-Lane.
Yeah.
Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend.
You too.
There is an official drink of the Preakness Steaks. It's called the Black Eyed Susan. It's made with bourbon and peach schnapps, and it's horrible.
Bit of a racy name,
And
huh?
as someone who spent years going to Preakness, the best races happen in between the horse races. The running of the porta potties, where people climb up on the banks of the porta potties and race down them while they are pelted with beer cans and doused with beer from the crowd.
What? I thought these were respectable things to attend.
I thought a horse race was like the higher echelon of society.
This is supposed to be rich white folk activity. Why is there a running of the porta potties?
They're pelting people with Bud Light cans as they slide
Look at these
on porta
peasants.
potties.
We have private bathrooms.
You know what happens is when you get to a level of rich, you pretend like you're poor again, just for the fun of it. That's what they're doing. They go, this is what the poor people would do, so let's get on the porta potties.
That is the reasoning and the inspiration behind the words white trash bash.
Exactly. That's exactly what they do. Here is Dementos chiming in.
What's going on, news junkies?
Hey.
Yay. Hey, you talking about tipping or going through the grocery line and they're trying to guess what you're cooking for dinner based off of the items you got?
I hate that.
I went to the bank the other day, and I'm not for all that small talk either. And I get to the teller, and I withdraw some cash, and he comes back with the cash, and before he hands it to me, he's like, "So, what are you using this cash for today?" And I'm like, whatever the heck I want, my man. Why are you asking me what I'm using my cash for? It's my cash. I do what I want.
Yeah, that's a little bit
You should
weird.
just straight up do like that guy on the news who won the lottery. And they're like, what are you going to spend the money on? He's like, hookers and cocaine.
That's a weird thing, though. The money thing?
I mean,
the food thing is innocent.
The small talk at the grocery store is innocent. Trying to guess what you're making for dinner is innocent. You know, did you find everything you want? What are you going to spend your money on? That strikes me as a little personal.
Imagine a bank teller.
Not you.
Everybody who comes in,
What if you're
money
grabbing
for?
12 grand?
Yeah.
You're just getting 12 large out of it, and they're like, ooh, what are you spending this money on?
None of your business. Don't ask me that question. Tony B. Greasy says, sorry, Sean, I couldn't resist, and thanks to Sabby Cat for the assist. What'd you assist Tony B. Greasy with?
I don't know.
Let's see what happens.
Injured on a go, just call Mo. If you need some info, just dispatch the show. News Junkie on Real Radio. And if you got a quick question, you can call him on the phone. You like a little swag, a Mo Beach bag, just go online, even get a free mag. You can find him on the gram, get at him on the book. Want a personal touch, go to his office, take a look. Don't let the others do you wrong. Just wait to hear the song. Call Moses the Wit, sit back and hit the bomb.
Tony, this is a longer commercial than anybody can actually pay for.
That was good, though. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. We're waiting to hear you follow up on that and see what you have on your mind today. Plus, a really awkward thing that's been happening in a lot of workplaces as of late. You got to hear this, and I'm interested to see what everybody thinks about this. Plus, there were two people that died when a grenade went off over the weekend, and it was for the most insane reason. Like, how they ended up finding this and why they were messing with it is crazy. Also, it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
In a world of ever-changing algorithms, you can still find us here. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, everybody. Good Monday to you. Jamie King here, Fox 35 Storm Center. Monday weather. We've got a Fox 35 Storm Alert Day. Looks like some serious storms coming to town for the afternoon. Heavy rain, lightning, gusty winds, some small hail possible. Looks like that'll happen generally after about 2 p.m., though we don't rule out anything before that. A warm high today at 85. 70 tonight. Showers and storms, and late night, 50% chance of that on our Tuesday, and 80% chance of rain with a high at 86. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Insperity, providing scalable HR services, access to better benefits, payroll, and HR technology for over 35 years. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference. Visit Insperity.com.
Who's ready for a new sensation? All over the nation, everyone's seeing inflation. In fact, RC Hill Mitsubishi is just about the only place prices are going down. It's my deflation celebration event, and it means you could drive a new Mitsubishi for just $5 down, and that's less than a carton of eggs. For your peace of mind, all new Mitsubishis come with a lifetime limited warranty. Listen closely to my declaration and join my deflation celebration, because you could ditch your current ride and drive a car you love for just $5 down. My dealer next door credit approval process is free of frustration because we work with the lenders who want to approve your application with rates as low as 1.9%. Right now you could drive a nicer, newer car for just $5 down. Come to my deflation celebration. But hurry so I can help you beat inflation today. I'm RC Hill Mitsubishi. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. See dealer for details.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with SimpliSafe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options. Backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
I love Mondays. And yes, I'm being 100% serious. Why? It's because I'm a Dunkin' Rewards member. And Mondays are better with Dunkin' Rewards. Every Monday this month, Rewards members get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. Not a member? Join on the Dunkin' app and never miss a deal like this. Dunkin' Rewards. Save them, stack them, use them how you want. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional charges and terms may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill.
Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
It's Ram season, which means it's time to serve with Ram 1500, Ram 3500, and Ram TRX. Hurry in now for great deals on the trucks that are built to serve. Right now during Ram season, get 10% below MSRP on the purchase of a 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie. Not compatible with lease offers or with any other consumer incentive offers. Contact dealer for details. Take retail delivery by 5/31/23.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
RC Hill here. All over the nation, everyone's seeing inflation. In fact, RC Hill Mitsubishi is just about the only place prices are going down. It's my deflation celebration event, and it means you could drive a new Mitsubishi for just $5 down, because we work with the lenders who want to approve your application. Drive a car you love for just $5 down. But hurry so I can help you beat inflation today. I'm RC Hill Mitsubishi. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See dealer for details.
If you have a family member who's active duty, now is the right time to call Zero Res. Right now, get a 25% military discount. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, tile and grout, upholstery, and oriental rugs. Zero Res, spelled forwards and backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for the unofficial start of summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Take the stress out of your job search. Visit expresspros.com for jobs from a variety of industries. With more than 860 locally owned offices, the Express team is ready to help you find your next job. Go to expresspros.com.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater. Radio 104.1.
Today, we appreciate you. If you missed any of the show, as always, you can get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. And got a bunch of things to get into in just a moment here, including an email from somebody. But in the studio, we now have the final wall has been built. It's a little weird. It's a little hard to get used to. Because whenever there's a change like that, you're like, oh, that's right. Yeah, there's a giant wall now.
The acoustics are amazing.
And in the room, the problem is there was some issues with that. And I almost had to call the show off today. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I was 5 seconds from saying, we can't do this. Because Austin came over. He came over. And he was going to help put the LED lights in there and stuff. And we moved the wall all around. And it wasn't actually affixed to the wall behind it. And it was like, it was wavy. And
like one wrong move and I would be dead.
Like you would have backed into it. And that whole thing would have gone boom right on top of you. And I said to our friend Kevin from Wood Concepts, I said, can you do me a favor? Can you fix this? And he came over before the show today and bolted it up so it doesn't move an inch.
God.
It's just as sturdy and structure.
My hero.
The structure is as sturdy as it possibly could be. But I was like, oh my God, I can't do a show where Sabrina has a wall behind her that may fall over at any point in time.
If it were me, would you do the show?
No, same situation.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
same situation.
Cool.
Don't want to get anybody crushed by a wall.
Well, I would be
here.
really dramatic about it. That's why.
We've got to make sure that nobody gets crushed by walls today. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com and Linda and Richard email together, I guess. It says, I was out of work for delivering mail about 6 months. Let me read that again. I was out of work from delivering mail for about 6 months. So I've been listening to old podcasts and to you guys now that I'm back delivering after 6 long, horrible months. I was listening to a podcast from April about Carl Jarl. What the hell is that? I don't remember talking about that.
That does not ring a bell at all.
Carl Jarl, we never know what we talked about on the show. Once the mics are off, we're like...
Yeah, but sometimes things ring a bell.
Yeah,
and
Carl
that
Jarl.
does not.
Carl, Carl? Maybe we did something with...
Well, yeah. Sabrina has a little tiny dog named Carl, and maybe that could be him. I don't know.
Giant heart, but he is 5 pounds.
He went to the wrong address. 911 determines every address. Sometimes they actually get it wrong, and the homeowner has a very difficult time getting the correct address. I don't understand what you're talking about there. But also listening this week, my mom worked at that Florida State mental hospital in the 80s and 90s you were talking about.
Insane asylum.
But my brother dated a girl in the 60s, and her mother was a patient there, and she brought me to visit her mother, and it freaked me out. Her twin brother was a big-time fan of the Miami Dolphins. He was the guy who wore a mop on his head, and it was half orange and teal. Never heard of that either. So anyways, Linda and Richard... They said, maybe this is why I feel so crazy. Thank you very much.
I remember the story. It's the 84-year-old Andrew Lester was charged with the shooting of a teenager, Ralph Jarl, for ringing the wrong doorbell.
Oh, yeah.
While picking up his younger siblings in Kansas City. I don't remember. According to the BBC, Lester allegedly shot the 16-year-old Carl once in the head and once in the arm.
Yeah, this is the old white dude that shot the black kid.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. Wait. They call him Ralph, but they also call him Carl.
They're using two names interchangeably in the stories about this guy?
That's not confusing.
Or they meant to say the 16-year-old Jarl, and they typoed it and made Carl.
And now this lady thinks he's Carl Jarl. There's a lot of layers to this whole thing. I wanted to bring this up because I saw this today on a couple of websites, and I think it's kind of interesting. There's a bunch of businesses that are saying, all right, folks, the whole pandemic thing is over. Time for you to get back to work. Get back in the office. And they're calling the troops back in. And they said there's one big problem. And I wonder how widespread this is. And if you're somebody who was working from home for a long time and now you're back at work, tell me if this is your experience. Because they're saying after years of working from home and rarely seeing coworkers in person, some people are finding it difficult to socialize as they return to the office. And certain Google searches have spiked in recent weeks. Like, what do I talk about at work? What do I talk to my coworkers about? Okay. And people have been searching for things like that.
What are they like? They're like awkwardly waving when they pass each other, and then getting on a Zoom from the next room over.
They're not comfortable with the in-person interactions right now, and they're Googling like what are things we can talk about with our coworkers, so we can get a little conversation going here.
I've been there before, but I don't ever go to Googling it. I just spit out random things and have an out-of-body experience in which I'm like, Sabrina, stop talking.
Right. Yeah. That's what I do as well. In the case of these workers, I guess they just haven't interacted with so many people. And God knows nobody's on the phone anymore. Nobody uses phones for actually making phone calls anymore, except for C-Lane. He actually does. You talk to your mom quite a bit.
I talked to a couple people on the phone.
You're a drive and talk kind of guy.
Yes.
Like you don't want to just be in silence, or
I definitely don't want to be in silence.
You'd rather just like have a speaker phone call.
Radio or a quick phone call.
Yeah, Courtney, like stone cold killer. She can sit in the car in absolute silence.
How many murders has she done?
I have no idea.
How many?
Probably a lot. I'm telling you, first time I got in her car, I jumped in. This was when we first met. And I'm in the passenger seat of her car.
We play some tunes?
And we're driving down the interstate, and it's just dead silence. And I was like, you don't put on the radio or anything? And she's like, oh, okay. And then she puts on like a jazz station. I was like, you listen to jazz? Who are you?
Courtney so
Who
much.
are you, woman? And
if I get in an Uber,
someone come to
and it's silent like that, I'm like,
Oh, I hate it.
This is weird.
I know.
What's
I don't like that
going on
either.
here?
Put on something. I don't even care what it is.
Oh, I don't care what they put on. I do think it's hilarious when somebody sees me coming and they like quick change to the country station. Okay, I that's not what I listen to, but I don't care as long as there's noise.
Right.
I would actually prefer, as the driver, I'm the one, using your car temporarily for the ride. I'm using you for the ride. I'm paying, but I prefer that the driver listen to what they want to listen to, and they'll often ask if I want to change it. I'm like, no, I'm usually not going that far.
Just not dead silence, or what is perhaps even worse than dead silence, when they get on speakerphone and they have a conversation with somebody while they're Ubering you around.
I'd rather listen to that than just try to do some small talk.
I'd rather them have a conversation with somebody else than with me.
See, we're in the same boat then as these people who are going back to the office. Like, what do I say to these humans?
As far as Courtney, I mean, I have found myself doing the same thing, and it's because I am deep in thought.
Yeah.
And then I come to, and I wonder, I can't believe I was on I-4 going 80 miles an hour and in a completely different zone mentally.
Is that not the weirdest phenomenon where you, all of a sudden you snap to and you go, I just drove for 5 minutes.
Seems dangerous.
And I don't remember any of it. You're like layers and layers deep in some like thought. You're thinking really hard about something. Oh God, when that happens, that's really weird how our bodies just go into cruise control like that. So just Google, how to talk to human beings, and you'll be all set there at work.
God.
What happened?
I went to go move something. It was like what I thought. It looked like a coffee bean.
Yeah.
And so I just went to move it to my foot so I can grab it, put it in the trash. It was not a coffee bean.
Oh, is it one of the roly-poly things?
It was a bug that has just completely been destroyed. Like fell apart
I
all
thought you
over
were going
the
to say
floor
it
right
was
now.
a tiny poop.
No.
Oh,
No, lady doesn't get in here much. Just leave it till the break. I'll grab it with something. The roly-poly somehow still managed to work their way into this room. I do not know how.
And so far on a Monday, Ultimate Super Mega Desk, I am risking death and then surrounded by dead bugs.
I assure you, you're safe. Kevin was like pulling on it, showing me that it doesn't move. Doesn't move even a millimeter now. Yeah, don't risk it, though, too much. I'm 99% confident, not 100. There's the story I was telling you about before the break, and you think, why the hell would anybody be screwing around with this? But true story, a man is dead, and his 2 teenage sons were wounded after a grenade they found among their grandfather's old belongings exploded in their Indiana home on Saturday. So they're like going through grandpa's old stuff, and they're like, we got these photos, we got this. Oh, check this out, a grenade. And they're playing with the grenade, and they didn't realize it's a live grenade, an actual real live grenade.
So they pulled the pin?
I guess so. I guess they messed with it, and the thing blew up, and it exploded on them.
Yikes.
It says, oh my God, who does it? According to the sheriff's
I
department.
think Grandpa set this up.
So
I think
if I die, you die.
Grandpa's the kind of guy that if you push him in the pool, he grabs a hold of your arm and yanks you in with him. That's what he's doing right now.
According to the sheriff's department, somebody pulled the pin on the explosive, causing it to detonate inside the residence around 6:30 p.m. When deputies arrived at the scene...
don't you just... The only thing you know about how a grenade works is you have to pull the pin?
Yeah, don't pull the pin.
I think you learn that in cartoons, I think.
Even if Sealand goes, hey, Sean, look at this completely 100% totally fake replica grenade, I'm still not going to pull the pin on it. Because
I'm going to freak you out.
You're going to set me up like
But
Grandpa
throw
did.
it as far as possible.
You're
right into
pulling
the pool.
the pin out on a grenade. One of two things happens: nothing, or it explodes.
Yeah.
The risk of it exploding is bad enough that you don't screw with that. The man's 2 sons, 14 and 18, were taken to a local hospital with shrapnel wounds, according to the sheriff's department. They sent out the bomb squad to see if there were any more grenades. Like, what else you got, Grandpa?
Guys, a little late here.
Now they're looking into this whole thing. You go, Jesus, some of this stuff you just don't screw with. A nice moment. I thought this was pretty sweet. Over the weekend, there was a big golf tournament, the PGA Championship, and there was some guy who was like straight up Cinderella story. Like, he's a golf instructor. He's not like super rich. He's not like one of the big contenders. And he was on a tear. He was doing fairly well, I guess, out there. And all of the people who were gathering around him, the crowd, they started to build, and people were like, let's follow this random guy.
Underdog.
Yes.
Underdog.
100% underdog story.
Underdog.
Was he were they following him because he was doing well?
Both. He was doing well, and they kind of liked that. This isn't one of the big names in golf. This guy's just a regular dude out
How
here
did he get
playing
in
with
the
these
tournament?
folks. I have no idea. I think he might have won his way in through something else. But they started following him around, and he gets up to one of these holes, and it was just like, this is the story that you're going to tell for the rest of your life. Here he is on the 15. Hits it.
Fairy tale story.
I don't even think it bounced. I don't even think that ball bounced. The ball went right into the hole. A hole in one. Wow. Not even like a bounce and roll. I'll
Nothing
go
but air.
Yeah, just I think it went just directly in. Watch. Here we go.
Gets better.
He just sunk it. And he's like, did that just go in? And all the drunken people in the crowd are like, yeah!
You know who's pissed? The competitors that are professional golf players. Like, this just ruined the whole scoreboard.
Don't take our limelight away from us, man. We don't want this overdoing what we got going on out here. Let's go to you. Let's see what you have on your mind. It's already been an eclectic dispatch day, so let's see what we got from, here's Jazzy Josh. He says, tipping is a ripoff.
Man, I think this business model where you go to a restaurant and you have to tip the servers, that needs to just go. They need to get paid by the restaurant. And I really like to know how much they're getting paid by hour anyways, because if they're making $15 an hour, then I don't really need to tip you a bunch. And I mean, the food's already overpriced. The service already sucks. It's just, you go get some fish tacos and a beer with tip. It's $30-$40. I mean, what am I paying for, man? It's a joke.
Here's the problem, Josh. If you got your way and we stopped with the tipping all of a sudden, it would be far worse. It would be far more expensive. I know people who own restaurants, and they have a hard time still keeping employees. I think maybe it's gotten a little bit better. And you got somebody making like sandwiches in the back, and you can't get somebody to do a job like that right now for less than $16, $17, $18 an hour. The market is totally different. So if you take the people who are getting tipped now by the customers, you think this is too expensive, and then I got to tip you on top of that. Your meal, add $10 to it at least. Add at least $10 to that meal that you're going to be getting if you're not tipping. Probably 20 or more, because now everything gets more expensive, and labor is really important to end game costs. It's just going to be way more expensive. Here is BT chiming in. Here we go.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I got to respect this new thing where they come to the table with the card reader machine and it has the options for no tip, 10%, 18%, and so forth. And they just kind of hold it and look you right in the eye with a big smile, just, how was it? And it's like, come on, man.
I actually just had this happen to me. There's an Italian place not too far down the road.
Is it where they treat you like family?
No, it's not. Not that place. It's. I think you've been there before. It's like a couple miles away from here. It's like fancier Italian place.
Mm-hmm.
Nice spot. And we go in there. We have a great meal. It's one of those places where when they put the plate down in front of you, it's like the biggest serving you've ever seen in your life.
Carbs are cheap.
Like preposterous proportions that they're giving you, or portions of food, I should say, that they're giving you. And so we go through the whole meal.
Preposterous proportion of pasta.
And the server was a nice guy. He did a good job. And then when it was time to pay the check, I said, "Can I get the check, please?" And he goes, "Yep." And the thing that they have you pay on is like attached to the server's hand. Like,
right.
It's like almost like a glove that they have on. And
then you have to hold their wrist in order to like get your card out.
I'm trying to put
chip
the chip
reader's
in.
not
and,
working.
like it's a machine now in the palm of his hand. And then I put the card in, and he's like looking away as I put my pin in, like awkwardly
just
turning
put the device down.
And then, just like BT said, he's like looking at me as I'm typing the tip into the machine right in front of him. That is super awkward. I don't think that's a good solution to anything, but I've seen that too. I
mean, that particular way of doing it seems a little uncomfortable. And maybe they do it on.
Maybe they want it,
sometimes
yeah.
they're like, I could totally leave this here for you.
If you just stare down the eyes of the person who's about to tip you,
zero.
If you stare back at them, it's 0%.
Actually, I think it would be a fun exercise to do that and then pull out cash. Like you're still tipping it, but you're like.
Yeah, just break their heart, see it all, just leave their eyes, and then tip them.
You look at it and you say, "Tip? No, I think I'm good on that. I'm all right."
I would rather get zero tip though than in the past, like some douchebag who thinks that he runs the world leaves like a 50-cent tip.
That's so frustrating.
I'm like, what is this? 1960, sir?
Yeah, that's really, really annoying. Oh, let's go back to BT.
What are you gonna do? Hit no tip or just the 10% tip while they're just standing there looking at you, smiling? Of course not. I got to like that. It puts you on the spot. It's kind of wrong, but at the same time, it's like, ooh, that's a good one. They're gonna get that 30% now.
Thank you, BT. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Also,
for the
looking
dispatch.
good, BT. I saw a picture of him over the weekend. You could barely recognize the guy.
Oh, really?
The guy slimmed down,
getting fit.
Yeah, man.
Didn't he have like really long hair? Did he not? Am I thinking of something else?
I think probably.
No, BT's been to like a ton of events. You definitely know him for sure. One more real quick. Here is a Meat Pop chiming in.
Good morning, y'all.
Hey, good
Sorry,
afternoon.
I'm kind of losing my voice here. Had a rough weekend. Pertaining to the deodorant thing, Sean, they've got stuff called, it's like a rock salt. We used it when we were surfing. It's like a crystal-looking type rock that you can rub up under your armpit, and it will actually keep you from stinking. I promise you.
I don't rub rocks in my armpits for 2 weeks.
Rock salt.
Because I can't use deodorant. I don't want to.
Same stuff you make ice cream with, you know?
I don't want to put that on my armpits.
Yeah, no,
I think it'll be nice.
It'd be nice of you.
Both of you want me to do this because you don't
Yeah.
want the stink to be emanating from me and
I
wafting
think that's a
towards you.
reasonable request.
I got a fan on me. I'm not even sweating. I promise right now. If I start stinking, I'll go get some rock salt and I'll solve that problem. All right, I'll give you that.
Courtney,
give me the rock salt. When we come back, a woman, her child has a. You know what? A woman who is beautiful and amazing in every way. Amy Caulfield. That's what's coming up next. Not the story
3
that I was
children.
just about to
3
tease.
children.
She is fantastic, and she's coming up next. Amy Caulfield will let us know everything that's happening in the news. That is on the way. Coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's back. The 2023 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, May 16th through the 29th in Lock Haven Park. Tickets available now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident on the Greenway heading northbound before Osceola Parkway. Exit 3, travel with caution. There's congestion on I-4 westbound approaching the Beach Line and before State Road 535. Expect delays heading eastbound on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ePass.
The Portable Uni by ePass. Now available in black. A toll pass that blends into your windshield. Finally. And Uni works on toll roads in 19 states. The Portable Uni by ePass. Get yours today on Amazon or go with uni.com.
You can reduce wildfire impact and spread by preparing your home and yard today. Get a wildfire prevention checklist at BeWildfireReadyFL.com. Cleaning your gutters, trimming back foliage, and creating defensible space can create a buffer to limit the spread of wildfire. Visit BeWildfireReadyFL.com to learn more about preventing and preparing for wildfire in your community, yard, and home. Build an emergency supply kit with BeWildfireReadyFL.com. Are you wildfire ready?
Every road trip is a chance to explore. Let the Autio app bring your next drive to life with fascinating narrated tales about the places you go. Autio features over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, tales of local legends, natural wonders, and history, with many stories narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Download the winner of the Webby Award for Best Travel App, Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Available from the App Store and Google Play.
Hear that? That's the sound of water coming from leaking pipes. Hi, this is Pete from Repipe Specialists. Let's end those leaks and the damages they can cause to your walls, ceilings, and floors by replacing those old, corroded, or brittle pipes with high-quality new ones. With over 30 years of experience and work that's guaranteed for life, Repipe Specialists will expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. Call us by this Saturday to save 20%. So long, water-dripping drum solos. If you have leaks or even low water pressure, call Repipe Specialists now at 407-337-4020 to schedule a free home estimate and to save 20% on your entire job, plus zero down, zero interest financing for the first 18 months on approved credit, local and insured. Call 407-337-4020 or go to repipe.com. That's 407-337-4020. Repipe.com. Repipe Specialists, making your repipe job fast, seamless, and simple. That's our specialty.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Wake up, people. You're optimizing every waking hour of your life, from carpooling kids to work to friends and everything in between. You have to get sleep and a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements, learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better, night after night. Sleep next level, only from Sleep Number. Save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus special financing. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. See store for details.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Favorite day of the week. It is Monday, and it is time to talk to our great friend, A.B. Kaufeld from Fox 35. Hey there.
Hello.
Hey, you guys. I have missed you.
Yes.
Good to talk to you.
Yeah, so good to see you. How you been?
Good. Just we are in crazy graduation mode at our house now. So graduation tomorrow night, and then we got a little grad party on Thursday, and then Friday she turns 18.
Oh my God. That is wild.
That's a hat trick.
I know.
That's a busy week right there.
The oldest.
I know.
Leaving the nest. Are you
I'm
ready?
a little nervous.
How you feeling?
I don't know. I'm like a mix of emotions. Like I know I'm gonna cry a lot, and then at the same time, it's just I don't know. It's hard.
It's weird.
This is hard.
Now, is she asked to go to like a big graduation party with all of her friends?
Well, so that's all we've been doing for the last like week and a half is going to grad parties. So it's like every day, because all her friends and then a lot of my friends, they have kids who are the same age. So that's all we've been doing. Yeah, it's crazy. And it's like a gift card exchange, because you give somebody a gift card and then they give one back to your kid. I'm like, we should have just saved the gift card.
Oh yeah. Graduation, you make big money when you're graduating. I remember I had like $500 and then my first semester at college, it was gone.
Yeah, it doesn't last long. At that age, you don't have a lot of other money coming in. So that's exciting. And then before too long, isn't she headed off to, is she going to FSU?
Yeah, FSU
Man.
starting in August. She's super excited. And you guys know that's a little stressful too, because it's 4 hours away. If something goes wrong, it's not like I can just be there, That's a long drive.
I know. They're growing up so fast.
Just FaceTime her. You'll be fine.
Oh, no, but Parents Weekend is a hoot over at FSU.
What happens? What do they do?
They party.
Yeah?
They
The
party.
parents and the students party?
Oh, yeah. They have like a
Really?
big football game, and then it's just like, especially, I went my junior year with my friend's family because the older sister was at FSU.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember like falling in love with beer pong. I'm like, this is college. Let's go.
Don't tell Amy about that side of things.
He's going to be doing it. And then when my mom went to my first, I guess, Parents Weekend, she showed me that she knew how to funnel a beer. And,
really?
Oh my gosh, hilarious.
Brought her back to her college days. And then we all threw up together.
Mom knows how to party. You know, that's what you learn that at some point during your life.
I need to meet Sabrina's mom.
Oh, she would love to meet you. She's right up our alley.
Well, what's grabbing your attention today, Amy Kaufman?
Oh gosh. Well, a couple big things. You guys probably have heard today is a Fox 35 storm alert day. So we are expecting some severe weather between 2 and 9 tonight. Jamie said we're going to get a ton of rain. So
Well, I told my
just kind
wife-
of brace yourself for that.
I told my wife that the other day that because we were planning. I think some work was going on the house, and I was like, I don't know. It's a storm alert day tomorrow, and she goes, well, what if that means it's an alert for good weather? And I go, I don't think the alert. I don't think Jamie's sending out push notifications on the app for good weather.
Attention, it's beautiful
Quit,
outside.
call out of work, go to the beach. It's gorgeous.
Productivity would go down significantly if that was the case.
What's the weather alert? What's the situation today?
So it's a big line of storms, heavy rain. We're talking lightning, strong winds, and it basically goes all the way down into parts of South Florida, into the Tampa area. So, I mean, it's pretty significant. So just about everybody's going to get something today. So just be aware of it.
This is going to be our season of getting wrecked with hurricanes. I have a feeling. There's already one that was like brewing I saw over the weekend.
Yes. Was there really already?
Yeah, they think that it's going to like diminish, but if this is what's happening now in May, let's go.
Yeah, I don't want to see anything for a long, long time on that.
Yeah, no, exactly. We're expecting, so just to give you guys an idea, like they're expecting 4 inches of rain in Sanford, 3.5 in Bithlo, almost 3 inches in Orlando. So just 3.5 in Kissimmee. I'm just looking at the map. That's a lot of rain.
Yeah,
so just be careful.
The craziest thing was, I think it was yesterday, there was a big storm that rolled through town. And Courtney and I are talking, and I think it was when I left and got a tattoo for a couple hours, I'm gone. And I come back and I go, what the hell? And I look out, and the pool is like 3 inches higher. And I said, how long did it rain for? And she said it only rained for like an hour, but like
it opened up.
It like came down in the hour so much that there was like 3 inches that dropped. And I said, Jesus. So I think we might be looking at some more of that today, it looks like.
And John's not wearing deodorant.
This is going to help with the deodorant issue. I'm sorry, Amy. It's not going to impact you, but I'm not wearing deodorant today. It's
Oh, no, did you forget what happened?
No, because of where I got the latest.
It's not like
tattoo.
you left it at home.
I could just go and get in the bathroom and get it. I'm not allowed to. I'm not supposed to wear deodorant because I got a tattoo on my arm in a spot where they said for 2 weeks, no deodorant.
Hang on.
You tattooed your armpit?
Yeah, it's close. Well, it's not my armpit. It's just right here. It's not my armpit. It's just
like
close
how
to it.
close? Oh, well, but that's far enough away. No,
Yeah. No, she said no.
Hang on.
Were you giggling?
Did you wear deodorant in the other arm?
No.
Why?
Well, why would I just
did you
go
get
one
tattooed
arm?
in the other arm?
No.
Yeah,
Well,
then
put on
put
some
your other
deodorant.
arm.
Why would I be uneven about it?
Oh, because then it will help. It'll be half as smelly.
So I'm going to wake up and just put deodorant under one arm?
Yes.
Correct.
I feel like you either do it or you don't do it.
Oh my God, Amy, do you see what we deal with? Do you
See,
deal with
the
any of
deodorant,
that?
why? I mean, like, why would? I'm gonna have to Google that. I don't get it. Why
It
can't you wear it?
it can't like drip down into the tattoo.
Why would it be drippy?
I don't
Sean
know. I
is
put
a
What kind of
drippy
deodorant
pick.
do you
Amy,
wear?
I wear Old Spice High Endurance because I'm a high endurance kind of guy.
Okay.
Right.
And
But that's not drippy, right?
when I put on my deodorant in the morning, I probably do like 15 swipes.
Why? How are we?
A lot.
That's excessive.
Yeah.
We are the same in some of the weirdest ways.
You do that too?
With the same deodorant.
I forget sometimes. I'll just be looking in the mirror and I'll be like, oh, I've
That
been doing
makes
this.
3 of us. I will do an application at least 4 times until I go, You put your deodorant on, don't do it again. And then I remember that I don't have to put deodorant on.
Thankfully, you do not have to deal with this, being not in the studio right now.
They smell great.
No,
over
but
at
I have
Fox
to do the
35.
check. I'm sure Sabrina does it too. I do the check. Like if I see the little white lines in there, I'm like, okay,
You
I'm
do a
good. I
little
did
gap.
it. Right?
Yeah. It's easy to forget all that. Well, what else is grabbing your attention out there?
Oh
Amy?
my gosh, you guys, this is a crazy story. I was just reading the details on this. This is down in the Naples area, but so they arrested a man who actually, they're saying killed his grandmother with a hammer and then tried to kill his grandfather with a hammer. The grandfather survived. He called a cleaning service and asked a cleaning lady to come to the house to help him clean. So here's the gist of it. It says the unidentified housekeeper told police that the 34-year-old led her to a bedroom where the elderly victim was located, already dead. The quick-thinking housekeeper quickly came up with a plan to escape, telling the man that she needed to go get the cleaning supplies out of her car.
I'm going to need something a little stronger.
Can you imagine?
What's going?
She runs and she finds a deputy who is sitting in his patrol car, not far down the street, and she tells the deputy what happened.
I
Is
mean,
that
clearly
crazy?
this guy's not all there, right? If he kills people with a hammer, number one, but number two, then he thinks I'll just hire a professional cleaner to come out here.
Right?
Could you imagine?
Isn't that crazy?
Going to a gig like just I don't know, handy made, and they're like, "All right, we have you over on 123 Street."
I'm surprised
and
she
you walk
didn't
into a
panic.
dead body.
Yeah, I probably would have screamed myself if I was in that situation.
Yeah, God bless her.
Holy
Thank God
cow.
she was, she didn't full on panic and she was smart enough to get out. It says police say the guy was released from prison last year for violating parole. Arrest record includes possession of amphetamines. Help me.
Amphetamines.
Thank you. Amphetamines.
We've got more
heroin,
experience
and
trying
a
these
hit
things,
run.
so we know how to say them because we've done some of these things.
Sean, Jesus, man.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, he's in jail now, but isn't that just crazy? It
Yeah.
says that a hammer with blood on it was found on the kitchen counter.
Did you say how old he was?
He's 34.
Okay, so he's like a grown-ass
Yeah.
adult. Man, that is just very, very, very strange.
Yeah, his mugshot, if you pull it up, Sean, if you want to pull it up, it's like top story on our website right now. But if you look at his mugshot,
Let me see, Fox 35.
Gives you the kill grandparents with a hammer vibe.
Oh my God! Yeah, it does actually. It really does. He's one of these people who just has that kind of school shooter look, and you can kind of see the evil in a person, and it takes evil. It takes evil in a human being to do that, to do something so violent. That's wild.
Yeah, clearly not well. So we'll be following up on that today. And then you guys, I know you heard over the weekend, the NAACP is saying, they're issuing a travel alert saying that people should not come to the state of Florida. That's hugely controversial. So we're going to be following up on that today. And, those are some of the stories that are just kind of the ongoing. And we think that this week DeSantis is going to officially say he's going to run for president. So we're just following up on all of that stuff.
And they still have like this big trucker strike too. I was saying that they're refusing to come to Florida.
Yeah. I've been here. They were saying that we would, if it was going to have an impact, we would see some of the indications in the grocery store. I haven't seen anything yet. So, I think you'd have to be an owned and operated truck driver to do that. Because, if you work for a major company.
My guess is they're not going to have the numbers to pull off something like that. I don't think there's a big enough of a push for that right now. But we do need to talk about something else because this is insane. I can't stand behind this. I can't allow it to just happen unchecked. But the story that I saw on Fox 35 is that they're starting to build houses out of styrofoam now. Okay.
Sean, and I was like, what story is he talking about?
It says new styrofoam home construction.
Yeah, that's a no for me.
Can withstand Category 5 hurricane. They're building
by blowing
houses.
Away.
It's styrofoam. If my home builder, when I'm putting together a house, is like, got great news. We got plenty of styrofoam. The house is going to be really, really sturdy. And so, are you kidding me? What is happening with this?
But Sean, listen, if you're like me, like during Hurricane Irma, the water was so, like the wind and the rain was so strong. The water seeped all the way through our walls.
Oh, yeah.
Like soaked all our drywall, soaked our floors. Like we had to rip out our floors, our walls. It was a mess. So, I mean, if it works.
Yeah.
I assume they tested it.
They said it's blast proof, it's bulletproof, up to 250 mile per hour winds. I've seen it shot with a cannon at 60 miles per hour, and it did not pierce the pan.
Where's that YouTube video? How come we haven't seen that?
It says they've been doing it in Europe for 40 years already.
Yeah,
Successfully.
Obviously, it's more than just styrofoam. They put some other things in the mix there. But
yes,
when you tell me my walls are going to be made of styrofoam, I'm not thrilled about that right off the bat. All right.
It's pretty thick.
Yeah, I guess so. And it's got some concrete in there, hopefully.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Always,
they blast it with concrete on the outside. So, yeah, you're good.
Always a pleasure talking to you, Amy Caulfield.
Love
we
you,
love
Amy.
you. We
love you
appreciate
guys.
We'll
Have a great week.
Yes, we'll talk to you next week. Thank you so much. Make sure you're watching each and every morning. The whole crew over there on GDO. That's the way you wake up and you learn everything you need to for the day.
They're the best. I'm going to be submitting Carl for Pet of the Day this week, so keep an eye out.
Nice.
Yes.
You shouldn't
Give me a heads up, Sabrina.
Oh, I will for sure.
You shouldn't just get it because you know Amy, though. It should be a fair battle.
Yes, I should.
But
yes, I should.
Carl,
I will tweet out all of them.
And Carl is cute, so I could see it working out either way. All right, thank you, Amy.
Love you guys.
I love you.
Oh, back in just a moment. We got to talk about the thing I almost teased before I realized.
Lady with one kid.
I realized why C-Lane was giving me a giant A in front of me, and it actually worked for once. But in this case, there's a woman with a daughter who has, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. Have you ever heard of locked-in syndrome?
Oh, I have.
It's
you can't
crazy.
move.
Like, you're in your body, and if somebody could read your mind, you have thoughts going on, but you can't move anything, and you can't really say anything.
Nightmare.
And it's so insane. This mom is kind of chronicling her experience dealing with this, and her child who has locked-in syndrome can only say one word. So for everything that she needs, she says one word over and over and over again. Try to think of what that word is, all right? Think about what you think this one word that this locked-in child can say. I bet you're not going to guess it, but it is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us.
Unless you're driving.
At 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Heading through the city, you can expect delays westbound on I-4 between Parr Street and South Street. Authorities are clearing up an accident on the Greenway heading northbound before Osceola Parkway, exit 3. Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you can expect delays heading eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Insperity, providing scalable HR services, access to better benefits, payroll, and HR technology for over 35 years. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference. Visit Insperity.com.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote by going to thatmortgaguydawn.com. That Mortgage Guy Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show. He is here for you. Over 250 five-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at experience.com. Very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing, and I can say with full confidence that he's looking out for you. He's not going to treat you like a number like all the other mortgage companies. He's going to treat you like a friend. He's going to treat you like he's part of the Real Radio family, because he is. And chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table, so get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguydawn.com. Hit the compare button, and Don's going to review your quote today. Now, That Mortgage Guy Don is a mortgage broker. He's not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. So if you want to see the difference, go to the website right now, apply now and get a quote, or get a free analysis of your existing quote. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Wildfires can burn more than just trees. While spring is wildfire season in Florida, our state is at risk for wildfires almost year-round. Humans are the #1 cause of wildfire. We all must do our part to reduce the risk and impact of wildfire in Florida. Visit BeWildfireReadyFL.com to learn how to prevent wildfire in your community, yard, and home, and to build an emergency supply kit. It's not about if a wildfire will ignite, but when. Learn how you can be ready for wildfire at BeWildfireReadyFL.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco. president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Welcome to Pollo Tropical. Would you like to try our new coconut shrimp?
Coconut shrimp, shrimp and the coconut. Coconut shrimp, coconut shrimp.
Coco y camarón.
Pollo is serving up perfectly golden, sweet, and savory coconut shrimp in a bowl, platter, or on the side with our pineapple rum sauce. We're going coconuts for the all-new coconut shrimp, only at Pollo Tropical.
Coconut shrimp, coco y camarón.
It's summer at Racetrack. Grab one slice of pizza and get the second for only $1. Buy one, get one for $1 pizza? Oh yeah, it's a delightful summer. Racetrack, whatever gets you going. Buy one, get one for $1. See store for details.
Every road trip is a chance to explore. Let the Autio app bring your next drive to life with fascinating narrated tales about the places you go. Autio features over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, tales of local legends, natural wonders, and history, with many stories narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Download the winner of the Webby Award for Best Travel App, Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Available from the App Store and Google Play.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
iHeart gives you access to the hottest music, events, and deals. But on June 1st, we're giving you access like never before. It's iHeart Radio Access Day, our 24-hour way of saying thank you for listening. Go to iHeartRadioAccessDay.com today.
You could be joining Ryan Seacrest for a VIP experience at our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas.
Head to iHeartRadioAccessDay.com to register to receive reminders for when experiences like this and more go live on June 1st.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Starting to sweat a little. It's like a little beating that's starting. It's not my fault. I'm trying my best over here. I can't put on any deodorant, so I can't fight it off.
You are following that to the T, but then you have not put any of the plastic around since you've gotten those tattoos.
I have the
I don't
plastic
see you
around.
put Aquaphor on throughout the whole show.
I do all of that stuff. I do it after the show. I have the thing on it now. Now they have this new thing when you get a tattoo.
Oh,
they put this second skin on you.
What is it called? I have a whole roll of it at home. It is a miracle worker.
It's crazy. It's something that stays for what
is it called?
3 days or something. It's wild. So you got a tattoo.
It's like surgical stuff.
Can you put that on a cut?
Yeah.
I think you can. Yeah.
And it takes out all the air. And what was crazy about it is that if you manage to not touch it, because you can't shower with it,
right?
But you'll see all of your fluids like open up and bubble.
Yeah.
And they
It's
say,
gross.
as tempting as it is to clean that up, don't touch it, and then it'll make your color stand out and last longer.
Yeah,
because it soaks back into your body.
Like, so it's this second skin that's on top of your skin, like a clear giant bandage. And like Sabrina's saying, stuff just kind of starts oozing out a little bit, but it's stuck in there because it's underneath the layer of this second skin. So you just see, you can push it around and it's gross. It's a weird thing, but it works really well. You should get some of it. You know,
I'm blanking on the name completely.
For what?
Well, if you injure yourself,
if I injure myself, I should get some of that second skin.
You just toss it on.
I do the stuff that
future bandage.
I do that new skin where you paint it on.
Oh yeah,
it's really painful.
It's painful.
Yeah,
Like,
it hurts. It burns.
Oh man. That stuff works really well if you've never heard of that before.
I can smell it already.
There is a mother, and this mother is way better than me, just a better human being than I am. I see some parents out there, parents especially, who are parents of children who have some sort of disability, and I go, man, you're a saint. Like the idea that they don't even complain, most of these people, right? They just do it, and they give more than so many other people. And this one mother who's in a story today, she has a child who has this locked-in syndrome. And look up the wiki for this locked-in syndrome thing. Is there another name for it, or they literally just call it locked-in syndrome?
Sure, it's a complicated one we can't say.
Because the gist of it is, when you have this, you're
pseudocoma.
Pseudocoma? Wow.
Oh.
So, like, you can't move anything below your neck. You cannot move anything at all in the slightest.
Forever?
I think there's... Celia might see on the Wikipedia page if there's anybody who's ever come out of it. I feel like there might have been somebody who came out of it, but I don't know if that's the case. I just remember reading that Wikipedia a long time ago. It's pretty rare as far as I know. And so you can't move anything on your body. And generally, if you could do anything, you can only like move a little tiny bit. There's some people that have locked-in syndrome where it looks like they're in a full coma, but in their head, all of the processes are going on.
Nightmare. Put a pillow over my face.
Like in your head, you're like, oh my God, my side is itching so much right now. Oh my God, if somebody could just itch my side, I'd feel better. But you can't do anything. You can't say anything.
Nah.
You can't make it happen. And this mom talked about her experience. And when she was talking about this, she also mentioned that her daughter is able to say one word. There's only one word that her daughter is able to say. And that word might mean, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I want to go for a walk, and kill me. It could be a variety of different things that this means. And so she makes this video of her and her daughter. And first she sets it up with kind of talking about her experience. And then...
I don't know. The fact that she made a video about it and now it's getting some traction makes me feel kind of weird inside.
Look, this is her life.
Anyway, I want to see this.
It's her reality, unfortunately. I know what you're saying. It's like, why are you exposing that person to the potential evils of the world? They're an innocent and they should probably stay away from this. But here she is. Here's this mother. And then you'll hear at the end the daughter say the one word that she can actually say.
5 years ago, my daughter Emery had a brainstem stroke. She went from running, talking, dancing, doing all the cute little kid things to being completely quadriplegic and unable to speak.
Jews. That sucks so much more. That
Did you say Jews?
I meant to say G's
okay.
if I didn't.
Jews.
G's, not Jews. This sucks so much more that she had a life that she remembers and she did all those things. And it's not like she never had those experiences. She can think about it. It's like stuck inside this body.
She has what's called locked-in syndrome. So she's there, but she can't communicate and she can't use her body. So we do everything for her.
And she's there lifeless on the couch next to mom?
Yes, yeah, she's sitting right next to mom.
I love that mom didn't even include her in the video.
She showed her for a split second at the beginning.
Okay.
And she brings her back at the end here.
She can say one word, and she uses that word for everything. So if she
let's guess.
She says
all right, what do you think the word is? And she goes over
a simple
like,
word? It's a simple word.
It's one word. It's not a long word. It's nothing complicated. It's just one that she says over and over.
And is it a word that you would liken to getting someone's attention, or does it make sense and mom just knows she needs something?
This is a tough one because it's a word that I often hear people scream out, but it doesn't make sense as that kind of word.
God.
All right. So like, it's like if it was God, it'd be like, somebody who wanted some help would be like, God, like they would say that word
in the bedroom,
or there. But if it was like help, right, that would be a word that would signify this. But this is a word that I've heard people scream.
Jews.
They say this word,
Austin,
like Austin, just like that. Like when I say Austin,
is it one syllable?
Yes.
Okay.
And people say it. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if either of you have said it at some point in time.
And we can say it on the radio.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go with boy.
Nope, it's not boy. Nope, it's somebody's name.
Her own name.
It's not her own name. No, it's not her name.
Steve.
It's nope. You're never gonna get this.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go.
She's hungry. She says that word. If she wants her diaper changed, she says that word. And Emmy, what is that word?
Obama.
Okay. Are you serious?
And I'm like, how did that
Obama
happen? How did it become that she could
That's 3
only
syllables.
say Obama?
Yeah, you said it was a 1-syllable word.
I just say Obama. Obama.
That's
It's
3 syllables.
I thought it was 1.
That is so random.
Isn't that weird? It's the only thing that she could say is the word Obama for whatever that she wants.
So now Obama comes over to the house and meets her?
She can move her mouth, right? She just there's a lot of things
What if
that
it
she
turns
can't
out she's
do.
like, she hates Obama? She's
She's saying it
hardcore
in-
Republican.
She's saying it in a bad way. But that's what I was saying. Like, I've heard people go, Obama, and use it like that. And that's the word that she uses. And this mother's kind of like explaining her whole experience with this. Did you see on the wiki if anybody's ever come out of the locked-in syndrome thing?
Let's see. The term was coined in 1966.
Yeah, it's been around
There's
for
a
a
bunch
while.
of different causes. Poisoning is one of the ways that people
Really?
get this.
Huh.
Not like somebody poisoning you, but like from bites and stuff like that.
Yeah. In her situation, they said it was like a brain stem something. So she had a severe brain injury.
So it's extremely rare for any significant motor function to return, with the majority of locked-in syndrome patients never regaining motor control. However, some people with the condition continue to live for extended periods of time, while in exceptional cases, like that of Carrie Pink, Gareth Shepard, Jacob Handel, Kate Allett, and Jessica Wegbruns, a near full recovery may be achieved with intensive physical therapy.
Wow. Yeah, so, I mean, if it's rare enough that they're mentioning the people by name that have come out of it, that means that it's a very, very tough thing to face down.
A lot of people with this syndrome, they put them on like a brain computer interface.
Yeah, so they can, like, I've seen that where you can like move a mouse around even with your brain.
And just type Obama.
Yeah. Over and over and over again. I think that's so amazing. And the mother who is strong enough to go through this situation and help that kid out. Just hear Obama over and over and over again. Let's go to you. Let's see what's going on in your world. We got some dispatches we can get to. We'll work in 1 or 2 real quick before we figure out what's happening on the next episode. Here's Lisa G., our friend, chiming in.
John, Sabrina, C-Lane, happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's
and
a long
the
one.
whole week. Anyway, I hear that you have a story coming up about locked-in syndrome.
Mhm.
No joke. That is my world's worst fear. Way back in the day, the show 911, back in the day when George Clooney was on it, did a episode. It was all from the perspective of a patient that was like undergoing locked-in syndrome. And they could hear, feel everything that was going on, but they couldn't respond. They couldn't communicate. And it is my worst fear. So, don't have it happen. That's the big thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my
Anyway,
best.
have a wonderful week. Can't wait to listen all week and watch you guys on YouTube. Have a great Monday. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Thank
Hear
you,
the
Lisa.
dog's tail slamming on the ground.
That dog's always in a good mood, always having a good time.
He's a good boy.
All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? There are 2 more horror movies based on public domain characters on the way, and a story from my weekend based on my awkwardness in public. A homeless man could shout his way into Owen Wilson's house, and what he did once inside certainly calls for a wow. Plus, the mysterious beans behind Jamie Foxx's health may have been spilled, all thanks to Mike Tyson. That and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center. Powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with more information on today's Fox 35 Storm Alert Day. Afternoon highs will be reaching 85 degrees, but mainly between 2 and 9 o'clock this evening. We could be seeing some strong to severe storms, meaning heavy rain is likely with frequent lightning, the chance for some gusty winds, and even a small chance for hail. Do make sure you and your family are staying safe and weather aware, and always remember to depend on the Fox 35 Storm Team.
This report is sponsored by SeaWorldOrlando.com/jobs.
Lifeguards can earn a $1,000 sign-on bonus at Aquatica. Come to an open call swim test every Thursday in April from 5 to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Visit SeaWorldOrlando.com/jobs to apply today.
Folks, when you have a home, you need to assemble the team of people that help you out. Your experts that help when something goes wrong, like the refrigerator goes out or you have another major issue. When it comes to your air conditioner, just remember Mills Air. And I would tell you this no matter what the situation was, but Mills Air has come out to my house. You should know that. They've helped me out at my house through these same emergencies like this, where in the studio one time, the AC wasn't working. They sent over a tech. The guy's name was Mo. He was really, really good, and he explained everything to me in a way that made sense. And he could have fixed it and just been done with it, but he went further. He took the whole AC apart to make sure it was working absolutely perfectly. That's what they do at Mills Air. They go the extra mile, and they make it all make sense for you. And they're fair. They're all about fairness and not taking advantage of people. That's why they've been so successful since 1992, over 30 years of keeping Central Florida cool. Their techs can service any brand out there, but they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. That means they can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall, there's only one Mo you should call, the Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Wells Fargo gives you access to direct deposit funds up to 2 days early.
Plus, if you look at the X and Y axes...
What if everything came 2 days early? Like the weekend.
Well, that was a pleasant surprise.
You can't get everything early, but when it comes to direct deposits, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/get-early to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Not all direct deposits are eligible. Early availability is not guaranteed and may vary between deposits from the same payer. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Main office, Orlando.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today. With Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Psychic Hotline, how can I help you?
I need to know what happens tonight on the season finale of The Voice.
Ooh, I see 5 amazing artists performing live.
To win America's vote, yes?
Oh, and I see a cowboy.
Blake, it's Blake's last season. What happens to Blake?
No spoilers. You have to watch live.
Is there anything else?
Yes, it will be amazing.
I knew it!
All will be revealed on the season finale of The Voice tonight on NBC.
Starting at 8 on West 2, followed by West 2 News at 11.
Wake up, people. You're optimizing every waking hour of your life, from carpooling kids to work to friends and everything in between. You have to get sleep and a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements, learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better, night after night. Sleep next level, only from Sleep Number. Save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus special financing. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. See store for details.
At Simply Safe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with Simply Safe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options. Backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Providing scalable HR services, access to better benefits, payroll, and HR technology for over 35 years. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference. Visit Insperity.com.
Ken Jeong. From The Masked Singer, Community, The Hangover Trilogy, and Dr. Ken.
To be hangover rich and famous as an aging kid, man. My dad went from father to freeloader just like that, you know? You better get me good grades. After the hangover, you better get me S-Class Mercedes.
Ken Jeong Live, October 8th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. Tickets are on sale now. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com or HardRockTampa.com. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
Stop by your neighborhood Petco to save on all your pet's health and wellness needs. Petco has your pet's favorite food brands like Blue Buffalo, IAMS, Wholehearted, Royal Canin, and Purina Pro Plan. And when your pet needs to see a vet, Petco Vet Services can take care of your pet's needs, such as vaccinations and flea, tick, and heartworm prevention and more. Don't forget your pet always wants to look their best, so make a grooming appointment while you're there. You'll get every 8th groom free when you unlock the grooming perk in our app. Visit your nearest Petco or go to petco.com to start saving on all your pet's needs.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Holding your virtual hand as the world crumbles. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
The next episode in just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Last night, for just a split second or two, Courtney and I we went out to grab something to eat, and up on all the TVs.
You guys eat fast.
Well, yeah, I mean, we weren't there for that long, like an hour maybe. I exaggerate. But we were sitting there, and on all the TVs, they had American Idol, and the finale was last night.
Oh, that's right.
And it was like being in a time capsule for me or something. I was like, this show is still on. I guess some people are still watching it.
Who are the judges now?
It's
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry, one of the country guys. Is it Blake Shelton? I don't know.
I thought Blake's.
He might be on another
The
show.
Voice.
Yeah, he might be on a different one. And Lionel
Richie.
Lionel Richie is the other one who's on the panel. And it's just, but all the graphics are the same, and like visually it looks the same.
Luke Bryan.
Yeah, and you see Ryan Seacrest, and he always looks the same, and it's just so weird.
I haven't seen it in years, but I remember when that like spin-off Bachelor show that I guess never came back, where everyone was a great singer, and then you had to find love. And
Listen to your heart.
Yeah, automatically played like an episode of American Idol. And before I knew it, I was hysterically crying. Like it was so sad and sweet.
Everybody's story is like they go back to their hometown, and then you see like where they live and stuff, and then the sad music starts, and then it's like everything was going real well until cancer or whatever, car crash.
Husband died in every war.
Yeah, watching that it was such a weird throwback. It's like almost exactly the same.
Does it make you want to watch it a little bit?
Not really. It just made my brain move a little bit, and I was looking at it going, Who's watching this still? There must be people out there, otherwise it wouldn't be on. It wouldn't be on television.
He doesn't want to watch the heartwarming, make you cry stuff. That's why he doesn't like Queer Eye.
Too gay.
No, I don't like it when it's over and over and over again. Like when the thrust of the program is all sad stuff. I'm like, what am I doing to myself here? All right, here we go. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Shondaland.
Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Take me home, baby.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
I was like, I don't know what's going to happen here.
Oh, they don't have the lights anymore.
No, we will have the lights. They're moved, and we got to get the rest of them done.
There you go. There you go, Sabrina.
I mean, don't
Happy
you feel
Monday.
weird? Okay. Well, sorry it was such... I mean, I thought you had a good time doing the lights. Did you not?
I did, but they're unplugged.
Yeah, they're not installed.
You know, as a great time helping you refinance or buy your first dream home, that mortgage guy Don
So you can
is
plug in some
correct.
lights?
Yes, thatmortgageguydawn.com. Refinance, buy your first dream home, debt consolidation, so much more. Start the process today with the expert and your friend, that mortgage guy Don, thatmortgageguydawn.com. 65 years ago, 1958, this guy right here.
Elvis.
No,
that's not Elvis.
Three names.
Jerry Lee Lewis?
Jerry Lee Lewis is right. And 65.
I knew who it was, and then you said Elvis, and it like erased me.
You got Men in Black.
Yeah.
65 years ago, he arrived in England to begin his first tour in the UK. And then after confirming to the press that he did marry his 13-year-old first cousin, that tour was canceled.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So there you have it. Did they stay married for long?
I don't know. It's
13 years old.
Quite the age gap.
That's insane. So we have been surrounded by this mystery of Jamie Foxx. It was, weeks ago at this point, maybe even a month ago.
Right.
That he was rushed to the hospital for a medical emergency, and then they've kept it very well hidden, where one person would say it's really bad, they're preparing for the worst, and then a member of his family or someone representing it would be like, he's fine. I don't even know what these people are talking about.
Yeah, and by the way, how scummy. I feel like the news outlets or the news outlet that said exclusive, his family's preparing for the worst, they were just kind of like guessing, just throwing that out there. And you make people think he was going to die.
His daughter, Corinne Fox, wrote on Instagram, sad to see how the media runs wild. My dad has been out of the hospital for weeks. In fact, he was playing pickleball yesterday.
Nice.
Can you go after a news outlet for saying something wrong like that? Like,
they've had lawsuits like that.
Yeah, but if they said something specifically about, like, Sean Watson said this and put words in your mouth that, were offensive and caused harm to you, you could go after them for, defamation or slander.
You have to prove damage, and you have to prove that they knowingly reported something that wasn't true.
But who's suing them?
The state?
Are you suing them as the family of Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, or Jamie Foxx himself.
So they said 2 days later, after she said he was playing pickleball, he and the younger daughter were spotted at a physical rehab center in Chicago that supposedly deals with severe conditions, traumatic brain injuries, spinal cord injuries. And now we have a bit of a spilled bean, all thanks to this fella.
Mike Tyson.
In a recent interview with Valuetainment PBD podcast, they have had like a back and forth, and I guess the host asked if he was following what was going on with Jamie Foxx, and it goes a little something like this.
Mike, are you following what's going on with Jamie Foxx?
I said that.
He's not feeling well.
Something's going on with...
Yeah, they said stroke. I had no idea what happened to him.
Yeah.
You pull that up. Yeah, try to prove Fox.
We were at a restaurant a couple months ago in L.A.
No one cares. So later on in the show, after being pressed a little bit, Mike Tyson actually pushed back.
Has there been any actual news on what this medical condition is? I mean, Jamie Foxx is a young, vibrant, healthy guy. And all of a sudden, boom.
Listen, if we don't know by now, they don't want us to know. Yeah. You know what time. Yeah. Come on, man. Stop.
I got to wake up.
Come on, man.
If they don't want us to know, then we wouldn't know.
So maybe he had a stroke, and it's kind of weird that...
But why wouldn't they share that?
Well, that's kind of weird, but it's also kind of weird that he hasn't posted any photos or videos or anything like that since this.
Yes, we shall see, especially with
Hopefully he's
the
all right.
flip up. A homeless man got into this man's house.
Wow.
Oh, Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson is right. Santa Monica home, to be exact. And last week he rummaged around for a little while and then ended up in what?
Ended up in jail?
Well, eventually, yes. But once in the house, he decided to do something.
In the bathroom.
That is a great guess, but incorrect.
He decided to play the bongos, or was that
No, that was a different guy. Matthew McConaughey. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, neither of you are right, but it was a great guess, and he ended up in a pair of Owen Wilson's pajamas.
Oh, okay.
Yep, just put them right
Take a little
on.
nap?
Owen wasn't home at the time, but his assistant came home while the intruder was still there, so then he took off, I guess, in Owen Wilson's pajamas. I can't tell, I don't know what details of what kind of pajamas they are.
Mhm.
I can imagine a long muumuu for
Yeah.
Owen Wilson, but perhaps just a matching set. Santa Monica police found the intruder in a neighbor's yard, booked him for felony burglary. He apparently didn't take anything else except for the pajamas, and police don't think he even knew whose house it was.
So just randomly he ended up
Yeah.
at Owen Wilson's house. You imagine that? You break into a random house and you look down and you see all the photographs of the person and it's Owen
Wow.
Wilson. You're like, wow.
Speaking of homes, this guy is moving out of his. Bum-ba-da-dum.
Oh, Billy Joel.
Billy Joel is right, and Mr. New York is moving out of his New York home after 20 years of being there in the village of Center Island, roughly 40 miles east of Midtown Manhattan. Billy Joel's 26-acre estate
Damn.
is now on sale.
Doing some downsizing.
Is that the place that he used to take the helicopter from to fly right to Madison Square Garden?
It did say that it had a helipad, so I'm guessing.
So you already know the price that they're asking for?
I don't remember what it was.
That's a wild home. So he purchased only 14 acres back in the day for $22.5 million.
It has a name. There's like a name on
Yeah.
the gate to it, right?
When your money is thick enough, when you get a big enough house, it always has a name. Like Prince's house had a name.
Wayne Newton was like Shenandoah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't see the name here, unfortunately. So sorry. But
Unbelievable.
we'll call it Piano Man Land.
All right.
It's pegged as an extraordinary, one-of-a-kind waterfront estate. Features 2,000 feet of waterfront footage. Main house includes more than 20,000 square feet.
Jesus.
5 bedrooms, 8 baths, under renovation with an elevator that services all the floors, according to the listing. Additional 3-bedroom beach house, a pool, helicopter pad, floating dock, and boat ramp. And then, moreover, a 3-bedroom guest apartment, a bowling alley, and an indoor pool.
The helipad that he was using that to go to Madison Square cut his travel time from 2 hours to 15 minutes.
That's awesome.
God. Up for sale for $49 million.
Damn.
And guess where he's moving, baby?
He's moving to Florida?
He's moving to Florida.
Is he really?
Oh, yes.
All right.
And then this couple right here has also made a giant home purchase.
Jay-Z, Beyonce.
This is insane. This
You
house.
know what's insane about this? You know what's insane about this purchase?
What's insane?
They paid in cash.
That's
That's baller. Middle C.
They paid in cash.
Middle
This
C
is,
was the name of the Billy Joel house.
Middle C, as in like
SEA. Middle C.
Oh, middle
all
C,
one
got it.
word.
Oh, there you go.
But I get it now because he's a piano player. Son of a bitch. I was like, that's such a stupid name, but now
That'll
I
be
get
in
it.
trivia for sure. The Malibu purchase made by Beyonce and Jay-Z, the most expensive ever recorded in the state of California. $200 million
That's insane.
in cash.
Do you see the house? The house is crazy looking.
And then I think about 900 of that is my money.
I feel like this house probably costs $1 million a year just to maintain.
It also came with like art inside that's worth
yeah.
millions of dollars.
And outside, there was like an art installation outside that was like 30 feet tall. There was like this big old statue out there.
So good for them, paying a bunch of money that we will never see.
Must be nice.
How much time do I have?
You have a minute or two?
This was the saddest thing that I saw, so I'll give him the recognition that he deserves as I'm doing my prep this morning. You know when you go through TMZ and it's like, look at this little cutie. Guess what they grew up to look like? And it's a screenshot. This guy got the whole "member him."
Oh, yeah, that's what they do when it's like Jaleel White, you know? They haven't seen somebody in a while.
Jason Mraz?
Oh.
Jason Mraz.
Yeah, where has he been?
They said he was in his early 20s when he rose to fame with his talented voice and stellar guitar, not to mention that fedora. Guess what he looks like now? And it looks just like him.
Yeah, it doesn't look any different
He's
to me.
getting
Why are they member hemming?
I don't know, but I kind of feel bad about it. So, Jason, we know you. We remember you. Also, where are you? On the boob tube, we have The Voice on NBC. Part 1 and 2 of Jeopardy Masters. Are they restarting this? This is a nightmare.
The writer's strike is really hitting hard.
20th season finale of NCIS and second season finale of NCIS Hawaii. Of course, writer's strike still has all late night on repeat, but you follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Orlando friends, I have my Fringe show on Friday, and all the details will be up realradio.fm/fringe. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Speaking of Member Him, I was trying to find this so I could share it with the both of you. But there was a photo that I saw over the weekend. I'll have to dig this up. And it was somebody had posted a photo of Tim Armstrong. You guys know who Tim Armstrong is?
No.
Lead singer of Rancid, the punk band Rancid.
Yeah.
And I go, wait, they must have screwed up. Like, they must have mislabeled this. And I hadn't seen him in so long. And in the photo, he's got like a full-on beard, and he's like jacked.
Oh,
like,
really?
Like you never would have pictured that for this guy.
There's a bit of a trend with like old heavy, I don't know. I mean, heavy metal's not Rancid, but
right,
like old rock stars from the early 2000s or 90s that just like have this midlife crisis of getting completely jacked.
Yeah, all of a sudden they like completely turn
Like
around.
the dude from the Misfits is also very jacked.
Here he is. Like, this does not look like Tim Armstrong in the slightest to me.
Wow.
Like, when I look at that guy, I'm like, who is that guy? I've seen him in concert like 4 or 5 times, and
I
now
love
he's
Rancid.
like, he's starting to get ripped, and he's got like a beard on. He's got like a shaved head. Looks totally different now. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, there is something going on that's freaking parents out. And you need to get ahead of this one because it could get weird for you and your kid. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's back. The 2023 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, May 16th through the 29th in Lock Haven Park. Tickets available now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
The left lane is blocked due to an accident on Orange Blossom Trail heading southbound at Cypress Crossing Drive. You can expect delays due to an accident on the Greenway heading northbound before Osceola Parkway exit 3. If I-4 is a part of your travels this afternoon, you can expect delays heading eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. And congestion on I-4 westbound between Parr Street and South Street. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon.
You're just putting fra in front of produce.
As in fresh from Florida.
You don't need to make up words. Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
Jersey Mike's freshly slices the meat and cheese for your sub right in front of you. It's a work of art. Think Michelangelo's David. But honestly, David, if I have to wear a shirt and shoes, you could put on some pants. At least my Italian sub is perfectly dressed. Secondly, David is 522 years old, but Jersey Mike's subs are freshly sliced every time, brand new. It's an inspiration to hungry, pants-wearing people everywhere. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Every road trip is a chance to explore. Let the Autio app bring your next drive to life with fascinating narrated tales about the places you go. Autio features over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast. Tales of local legends, natural wonders, and history. With many stories narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Download the winner of the Webby Award for Best Travel App. Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Available from the App Store and Google Play.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is. Dave, tell our listeners about the produce that's in season.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon, freppers, spinach.
Wait, hold it. You're just putting fra in front of produce.
Yeah, as in fresh from Florida.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. You don't need to make up words.
Really?
Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Don't you mean .from?
Really?
Hey, Magic fans, when you're heading out to the Amway Center or anytime you're away from your business, commercial, or residential property, or you have a special event and you want to be sure that you're well protected, contact American Protection Services and Investigations, proud partner of the Orlando Magic. For a full list of our security services, dial 833-4APSI. Over 30 years in the business, your safety is our top priority because your business is our business.
Slowed down, held back, inhibited. What you get out depends on what you put in. Rejuvenate your engine's performance with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline, because true performance knows no bounds. New and improved Shell V-Power Nitro Plus removes up to 100% of performance-robbing deposits to rejuvenate your engine's performance. Continuous use in gasoline direct injection engine fuel injectors.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
So, what could you do with 8 hours? With that much time, probably a lot, right? Or nothing at all sounds pretty good too. With an 8-hour battery life, a vape device from Blue gives you the freedom to unplug. So relax, disconnect, or just let yourself focus on getting your own stuff done with a full 8 hours of unlit you time. Blue, get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fonum Holdings 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fonum US LLC.
These days, there are plenty of things to worry about, but keeping pests out of your home shouldn't be one of them. That's why you need Massey Services. Massey eliminates pests before they get inside. They start by carefully inspecting the inside and outside of your home and then focus customized treatments on the outside. Best of all, your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. Think of the most beautiful sight you've ever seen. Maybe you're picturing your partner's face on your wedding day. You only have 2 eyes. Why would you trust their care to just anyone? The team of surgeons at the Filatowski Eye Institute have performed over 65,000 LASIK surgeries in Central Florida over the last 3 decades. There's so much to see in this world. Simply text 1041 to 868686 to schedule your consultation now. The Filatowski Eye Institute, the smart choice, the only choice for LASIK vision correction.
When you open your hopper, you don't fill it with just any hardwood pellets, right? You fill it with Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Made right here in the USA with North American ingredients and a 100% natural hardwood blend, Kingsford pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add delicious smoky flavor to any meal. Kingsford's the name you trust for the low and slow cooking you crave. So look for Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Kingsford.com.
If you have a family member who is active duty, now is the right time to call Zero Res. Right now, get a 25% military discount. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, tile and grout, upholstery, and oriental rugs. Zero Res, spelled forwards and backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Mills Air has been in business for over 30 years. On behalf of iHeart's Access Day, they'll be offering our listeners a special offer of up to $3,500 off new AC units. A Carrier factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. For more information, go to millsair.com.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Tips at thenewsjunkie.com and T emails. Just T. That's all we know. We
Okay.
don't know any more about this person than just the letter T. We have one letter to identify them.
That's great that they got that email username.
Yes, it was probably very, very difficult to get considering it's at Yahoo. So this has been around for a while here. Hi there. I was in St. Louis on May 3rd and saw a commercial for Ron DeSantis' presidential campaign. The commercial had a couple frustrated with the decision between Trump or Biden. Then they say they wish there was another option. This is like the most obvious commercial idea ever for them. Then they put the never back down sign in their front yard. I figure he had announced his run back then, but I guess not. Love the show, Wiggle Wiggle Pop Pop.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's strange that they would have something playing before the official announcement.
His campaign slogan is "Never back down."
Never back down.
Oh, this is
It's going to
comical.
be a ride, gentlemen.
They are tripling down on this whole Ron DeSantis is a nerd thing. That's the big push right now. It's like, look at goofy old DeSantis.
You don't want a nerd for president, do you?
They started out with the pudding fingers thing, where they're coming after him for eating his pudding with his fingers. And then they started with that video of him laughing at some event. And like, look, he looks like a nerd here. And now there's another one. Like, look at the interactions. He looks so weird. And I'm watching. I'm like, he's just like, he walked into a bar with a bunch of supporters and he's talking to them. It's not that weird. But they're really trying to be like, Ron DeSantis is an uncharismatic weirdo. I don't think that line is going to work very well for you. The thing that Trump has that Ron DeSantis definitely doesn't have, and you can deny this if you want. You know, some of you will be very wrapped up in politics and you can't admit this. The thing that Trump has that DeSantis doesn't have, Trump is funny. Trump can actually be funny. Like the clips that we were playing from that town hall thing, some of it may be inadvertently.
Vagina.
Same time.
That was a drop jinx.
And when you saw that, like the dude can be funny. Like some of the lines are just comical as hell. I don't see Ron DeSantis as like being able to pull off the funny card. Maybe he is funny. I don't know.
Especially that way that he laughs.
Yeah, the laugh thing has like gone so viral, and people are like, this is going to end his campaign. I'm like, I don't think people think the way you.
You guys, some
think
people
they
don't know
do.
how campaigns end.
No.
Yeah.
And we got such a long time. Like,
So long.
There's enough
When
time
does it
for all kinds of
officially
things.
like start though? It has to be in the summertime, right?
There's stuff happening already. There's a guy, Tim Scott, who announced that he's running for the Republican nomination today, and you may not have heard that name before.
Yeah,
but
he should do well.
You're probably going to, because he's an interesting character. For instance, at a press conference just a few hours ago, Tim Scott was coming out and he's like, I'm running for office. And one of the reporters asked him if he was a virgin.
From what news outlet?
I have no
please?
idea. What are the reporters? Because I guess he always talks about abstinence, like saving yourself from marriage. And he's not married, right? So because he talks about abstinence and saving himself from marriage, they're going to see if he's being hypocritical. And they're like,
great question.
So are you a virgin? And they toss this at him. Hey, here's the tweet from one of the reporters that was in the room. Tim Scott is the first presidential candidate I've ever asked about the status of his virginity. His initial answer was, quote, I'm not talking about my sex life with Ben Terrace. Then he stood up and said, quote, I have to go potty, unquote. And that's when...
Oh, he said potty?
Because he used the
He
word.
said potty?
We need a little bit of a survey very quickly. For folks,
God, next year is going to be a drag, man.
folks in chat, all right? You're the first touch that we have here. Do you use the phrase, I have to go potty?
I thought you were going to ask if they were a bunch of virgins.
Are you virgins? No. These people are sluts. I know that they're not virgins in chat over there.
Sluts.
Bunch of them are sluts. But do you say, I have to go potty? Anybody in this room say, I have to go potty?
I will do it as a joke.
It seems like something you say when you're a baby.
I go...
I tell my dog to go potty.
Yeah.
Because dogs are kids. That's where it works.
But I also sometimes will be like, let's go poop, Carl.
Yeah.
Poop time.
And I have to go potty from a grown-ass man. That seems strange.
What does he call his penis? A winky?
It might. He could. Well, or he doesn't call it anything because he might still be a virgin because he didn't answer that question when this reporter asked this. So we got things kicking up, man. Everybody's starting to make their announcements. DeSantis is going to do that this week himself. And from there, catastrophe. It's all going to blow up, explode all over our faces. Parents, you have been warned. You have been warned about something that Sealand is going to learn about before too long. That is
blowouts.
Bluey.
Oh, Bluey.
Bluey is a world that eventually you're gonna have to visit, Sealand. And Bluey's this Australian children's show.
Bluey's had some controversy, has he not?
I remember him being in a story for something.
What was the last one? It was his parents got on a scale
Yes.
And then they said we need to exercise and be healthier,
Right.
and that was body shaming.
It was about like physical fitness or something. It's a cartoon that is very, very popular with kids, and sometimes parents just parent via iPad, and you go, here, watch some more Bluey, dummy, and then your little kid is sitting there shoving his face in the iPad watching Bluey.
This goes out to the parents that if you're watching Bluey, you have to be familiar with Miss Rachel.
Yeah, is she a competitor or is she part of Bluey?
She's YouTube,
Okay.
but very, very popular. I'm fascinated by how much money she is making,
Oh,
but
she's
still
probably printing money.
will publish a completely out of focus video with no problem. And it was discovered allegedly that Miss Rachel may have some nipple piercing.
Oh, really?
You didn't hear it from me.
You know, it's one of those things where, like, anybody else, it wouldn't matter. But if you're, like, the kids show host, you're like, wow. Look at
Well, the parents are like, now we got something to watch.
She's getting a little wild in there. I could never, ever, ever, ever do this. If you said, Sean, look, you're fired immediately. Show's over. You're done. You only have one opportunity at a career moving forward, and you have to be a children's entertainer. I could never, ever do it.
Complete opposite. I could do it.
Can you talk to kids in kid voice,
Yes.
though? I can't bring myself
Not
to do kid voice.
I think because of my lower tone
Mm-hmm.
as a lady voice, that it's soothing. And then you just give me the plans, like we're learning shapes or
Oh.
what sounds do animal make.
Like if they want me to go, hey kids, how's everybody? I can't do that.
I'll do it in
wanna-
a second.
I want to off myself when I hear that. Anytime
Hey
I
kids, ever seen someone unalive themselves?
but I can't talk about that, number one. And number two, I can't just be like, hello kids, how are you doing? You can't,
no, you can't.
You can't talk to kids that
Good
way.
afternoon, children.
Yeah. You can't be like a professional in an office environment when you're talking to the kids. You're not going to get any view time from them. The problem with Bluey here is that I guess there's some fake episodes that are spreading around out there. And it says parents issue urgent warning after kids freaked out by a fake Bluey. The weird spoof episodes, which contain strikingly similar cartoon characters, have recently been uploaded to YouTube, where they are catching unsuspecting parents. Some distressed moms have taken to Facebook to warn others. They said these are disgusting and inappropriate. In one lengthy clip, the so-called Bluey and Bingo, who have been reimagined in new colors while maintaining the same names, can be seen crying and feigning illness to cover getting bad grades at school.
But it looks just like it.
It looks exactly like it. The colors are a little different. While a different episode with an odd storyline sees Bingo eat feces in the one particular one. The storylines are in stark contrast to the beloved cartoon that is adored by parents for teaching kids important life lessons. And so there's like a fake knockoff Bluey out there that some of you parents are fully aware of. Is this Bluey?
This is Bluey. Probably a remix.
This is kind of cool for a cartoon thing.
Eat and poop.
This is like when there was all those videos where it would be somebody, it was like Blippy type videos. And
Blippi
then,
is the funniest one. He's the one that got in trouble, like an old video.
Yeah. Because he made like weird videos before he became a kids video person.
And apparently-
Yeah, you're gonna know about
I don't
Blippy
know
too.
any of these people.
Blippy's-
Look up Blippy pooping on somebody.
Yeah, he made a video where
Fully, like,
he's like edgelord.
very graphic.
And then he's now the kids guy, and probably so rich. All of them
That means
are
I have
Not
a
my
win.
kids guy.
You got to watch all this stuff. I'll tell you.
I already bought the kids' iPad.
Oh, did you really?
Did you really?
I wouldn't be
Okay.
surprised. It happens early now.
I did already get your baby's gifts.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had a baby shower over the weekend, so I just doubled down and grabbed some more stuff for Sea Lane's baby.
Where'd you go?
Where'd I go?
Yeah.
A little place called Amazon.com.
Oh, I thought you went to Bye Bye Baby. I was wondering if they still existed or if that was done with. If they shut that down already.
There might be some slim pickings there.
If I walked in a Bye Bye Baby, they'd be like, "Ma'am, ABC is right down the road."
You're the
actually."
wrong place. All right, before we get to your dispatches, we'll get to these in just a moment. Don't forget, if you ever miss any of the show, all you have to do is go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. The thing that you're going to notice, Elaine, that I thought was kind of interesting is, when you're little, you remember the shows that were big when you were growing up, the cartoons and stuff that you watched. And then once you become an adult, you're not watching Disney Channel, you're not watching Nickelodeon, so you totally lose track of all of that stuff. You have no idea. Anybody can name a single show on Disney Channel right now? I can't. I don't know any of them. Nickelodeon, I don't know any of the shows that are on right now.
I feel like I know their spin-offs.
Yeah,
Like, they're a
there's-
spin-off of something.
They just keep taking the youngest character in the show and then spinning them off in a new show. The round and round we
Is
go.
Darkwing Duck?
I don't know. I don't think it's still out there. But you realize that because you have to put that stuff on for
Gummy
your kid,
bears?
you have a second round where you're fully aware of what's going on in the world of all these kids shows that none of your friends who don't have kids have any awareness of.
Right.
You're like deep down in it once again. All right, let's go to you. Let's work in a couple of dispatches here and see what's going on. Here's Bong Night. It says, thanks, Savvy. All right.
Dude, my granddaughter watched Miss Rachel. Now I got something to look for. Thanks, Savvy.
Gonna occupy his time looking for those nipple rings. Here's Kyle talking about Bluey.
Listen here, guys. Bluey's a girl.
Oh, is it?
All right?
Oh,
let's
he-
get this
she-
right. Bluey is a girl. Anyway,
Look at
great
us
show
assuming.
when it comes to kid shows. I've seen all the seasons.
Oh, he likes it.
Multiple times.
Okay.
Why did you,
Pop, pop.
why did you say it
right.
like that? Multiple times.
I had a fake Bluey too.
There's no nipple rings on Bluey. The nipple rings are on Miss Rachel. That's
Okay,
where
allegedly.
that
I really
excitement
don't
is.
want to get in trouble with the very rich kids producer.
Miss
I don't think she minds it being out there,
Rachel.
right? You know, it's one of those. If you have a rumor about you, even if it's not true, there's some that you're like, okay, I like that one. I
I
wanna
have
leave
yet to
out
get that
there.
rumor for me going.
Like Pete Davidson has the whole rumor about his junk. You know, and
I really think that
What's
is
the rumor
true.
about his
it
junk?
might be true.
Massive.
Just that he's got a massive dong, and then
I love that they say that though. Like
I thought
you
he was
just-
supposed to be average.
You immediately assume because he has butthole eyes. It's like, well, why do all these beautiful women love him?
Yeah.
It must be his giant peen.
and if that's floating out there about you,
No.
if it wasn't true,
Maybe
you
he has a
don't,
great personality.
you don't necessarily want to correct it. You
Great at foreplay.
we just leave that out there. That's a good one to float around. Here's West Palm the Down chiming in.
Lady and gentlemen,
hello.
You have asked about this previously, and on Friday's podcast, you were curious about the pronunciation of the word Porsche or Porsche. Which one was it? Well, I can confirm after over a decade of employment with said company that it is pronounced Porsche.
Not going to do it.
That is actually the first thing they
Porsche.
tell you when you start working there is that you are to pronounce it Porsche, not Porsche. As
Well, you know what? Then it's on Porsche or Porsche. When Hyundai had this problem, they did an entire ad campaign and they said Hyundai like Sunday, Hyundai like Sunday, and they said it so many times that I was like, oh, I don't have to say Hyundai or whatever the hell pronunciation.
I think I've
was
heard
giving
you
it.
say Hyundai before.
Hyundai. I think about it every time I say it. I'm like Hyundai like Sunday, and I get it. If I screw up from time to time, it's probably because I'm drunk on the show.
You know what company has? It's sometimes I think they're embracing the wrong way to say their name,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes I think they've tried to like give you hints that this is how you say it.
Yeah.
and it's Marriott
Oh.
because it's Marriott.
Oh, is it
First
really
of all,
pronounced
it's Marriott,
Okay.
and they have they had
Everybody says Marriott.
Yeah, but they had a whole ad campaign that said your Marriott awaits,
And
like
no
your
one-
chariot awaits.
Yeah.
They weren't.
And it didn't work
They
for
weren't
them?
slapping you in the face with, "Hey, you've been saying it wrong this whole time." They were trying to be like, "Hey, your Marriott
People are
awaits."
dumb. You have to be really, really.
Yeah, you do.
You have to shove it in their face. And you have to tell them. And Porsche doesn't do anything about this. I'm not saying Porsche. That sounds really pretentious.
Sounds weird.
Here's Eskimo Brother.
Happy Monday, News Junkies.
Hey.
It's National Harvey Milk Day.
Woo-wee.
It's such a good day today. We're going to have some storms coming.
That's
We're
good.
going to have some Netflix watching. And also, have you guys watched that new show called The Cube?
No.
Amazing show. Gotta watch
I haven't heard
it.
of this. No. I'll have to check that out. We did get into a new show, which was so good. We just finished it last night. I don't know if they're going to do a new season of it.
Mrs. Davis.
No, it's on Apple Plus, and I think it's called like The Last Thing He Said to Me or something.
watching
with,
it.
Yeah,
was it
Jennifer Garner.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's the lead in it. And the guy from Game of Thrones, one of the guys from Game of Thrones is in it. He's
Never
the
seen
he's
Game
the
of
husband.
Thrones. Oh,
he's the one
okay.
that plays the husband. And I don't know if the daughter has been in some stuff or not, but it's super good. Did you finish the whole thing?
I don't think we've finished the whole thing yet. We might still have one episode. It's based on a book.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to have another season, but it's based. I think it's a book that my wife listened to.
It's
at one
crazy.
point.
There's a couple episodes of that where you're like, what? Like they drop a lot of
They've had some
stuff.
good shows, but like last week I read the boob tube and everything's going into that season finale zone.
Yeah.
Where I feel like I'm gonna have nothing to watch.
Yeah, it's drying up.
I have started. It's a little slow, but I like it because I like sci-fi stuff like this.
Yeah.
Silo on Apple
Oh,
TV+.
I heard about that too. Yeah.
Silo's the one where everybody lives underground and they all just kind of accept it because they're all told that if you go outside, it's poison gas. And
Nobody
you're gonna
tries
die.
it out?
No, people do.
No, do they really?
Yeah.
Do they die?
Don't
spoil it for
Still
me.
trying to figure out if they're really dying or if it's a whole fake thing to keep people under control.
Apple TV is getting better. I'll give them this. Their slate of programming is getting better. They have had some hits. I love the morning show. I think that's really
Great.
well done.
Back soon?
I don't know if they announced when it's coming back, but I think it's coming back like before the end of the year. There's another season of it
Be
coming.
nice. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the last one.
Yeah, because that show's great. But when they first came out, like when they first announced Apple Plus, and they're like, "Here's our first slate of original programming," they had some of the dumbest show ideas I've ever seen in my life. Remember the one that they tried to drop on us, where it was Jason Momoa in a world where no one could talk, and like all the people were just like, all of the
Grab that
characters,
sea lane.
all of the characters in this thing, like they couldn't talk or I forgot what the whole plot of it was, but it was
Didn't last
such
very
a
long.
stupid idea. I think they just canned it after the first season.
I'm
unless
still
wrong.
watching Ted Lasso, and this season has gotten me doing some crying.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
This might be
People
the
are
last
complaining. I
People are
believe so.
complaining about it?
Yeah, they're saying that
It's too sad.
not as good as the last season.
Of course.
but
People always do
we
that.
are also in a season in which you should be invested already.
Yeah, people always do that. There's no winning over
Sick of
everybody.
it.
What were we saying, Too
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Happy Monday.
But the,
Lost that.
the thing that always gets me about Ted Lasso and a lot of these, you're not gonna find it in Silo because it's set in a different time. But all the Apple TV Plus shows, everybody is using Apple products, and nobody has cases.
course.
Yeah.
Nobody at all. There's not a single case on any of your iPhones. You are damned soccer players and soccer coaches. There's no way you're just you're raw dogging it with your iPhones and your iPads out there.
No, nobody's doing that. And by the way, I got it wrong. I just looked it up. The show on Apple TV had Jason Momoa, Dave Bautista, and Alfred Woodward, or I don't know who that is. But it was called Sight, or C. C was the name of the show, S-E-E. And nobody in humankind has vision. So it was all blind people. And
Okay.
some of them couldn't talk. I remember that too. And it was like, what a stupid premise this is. You're limiting yourself so much with your
But
characters.
was his shirt off?
His shirt was off for
Okay,
the
so
entirety.
I will watch that
the
for
whole
sure.
thing, basically. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, there's a group of people who I think we need to have a conversation about. And I don't know if you guys are in this group or not. I know Courtney's in this group, but I don't know if you guys are in this group. And there's some strange things going on here that we'll dive into. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. 104.1. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
If I-4 is a part of your travels, watch out for delays heading westbound between Parr Street and South Street. There's congestion on I-4 westbound between World Drive and State Road 429. Authorities are clearing up an accident on the Greenway heading northbound before Osceola Parkway, exit 3. And the left lane is blocked due to an accident on Orange Blossom Trail heading southbound at Cypress Crossing. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? Need Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Business owners, listen up. This is going to help you out so much. You know, when you're running your business, you want to stay focused on those things that you do the best, things that make your company better and more successful, and not the things that bog you down and that you don't really enjoy doing. If you're feeling the pressures of growing your business, you find out that it's tough to maintain momentum and still keep all your employees engaged, Insperity can help. This is a great company, and they put over 35 years of HR experience to work to help you with things like hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance, and all of that, while giving your employees competitive benefit options. And trust me, if you ask prospective employees what's going to make you stay at a company, good benefits. Access to better benefits is always on that list. When your people thrive, your business can adapt and prosper. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. This is scalable HR. It's employee benefits. It's HR technology. Insperity, it's HR that makes a difference.
If it's a day that ends in Y, you're probably stuck in Florida traffic. So turn that AC up one more notch, aim the vents toward your face, and think of a better place, like the cool, colorful produce section in your favorite grocery store. Why? Because that's where all the cool, colorful, fresh from Florida produce is. Produce just tastes better when it's grown closer to home. And when you buy fresh from Florida, you're supporting local farmers and jobs in our communities. So after you're done being stopped in traffic, pick up some fresh from Florida on your way home.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
If you have a family member who is active duty, now is the right time to call Zero Res. Right now, get a 25% military discount. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, tile and grout, upholstery, and oriental rugs. Zero Res, spelled forwards and backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Every road trip is a chance to explore. Let the Autio app bring your next drive to life with fascinating narrated tales about the places you go. Autio features over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, tales of local legends, natural wonders, and history, with many stories narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Download the winner of the Webby Award for Best Travel App, Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Available from the App Store and Google Play.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
The travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today with Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Psychic Hotline, how can I help you?
I need to know what happens tonight on the season finale of The Voice.
Ooh, I see 5 amazing artists performing live.
To win America's vote, yes?
Oh, and I see a cowboy.
Blake, it's Blake's last season. What happens to Blake?
No spoilers. You have to watch live.
Is there anything else?
Yes, it will be amazing.
I knew it!
All will be revealed on the season finale of The Voice tonight on NBC.
Starting at 8 on West 2, followed by West 2 News at 11.
If you love Florida and you love fun, then might I suggest you pick up a rod and reel and go fishing? Because here in the Sunshine State, fishing, fun, and Florida just go together. And you know what else goes with fishing, fun, and Florida? I'll give you a hint. It starts with an L. That's right, a license. Getting your fishing license opens up a whole lot of fun and new memories, and it's never been easier to get one. Just visit fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com to order yours. And before you know it, you'll be more relaxed than you can even imagine. Casting your line in your local fishing hole, propping your feet up in that rental rowboat, and of course, catching the big one. So go to fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com. Then plan your escape, because fishing is a great way to connect with family, friends, and of course, nature. Your fishing license is just a few clicks away. Order yours today at fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com and enjoy all the fishing, fun, and Florida you deserve.
Mills Air has been in business for over 30 years. On behalf of iHeart's Access Day, they'll be offering our listeners a special offer of up to $3,500 off new AC units. A Carrier factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. For more information, go to millsair.com.
iHeart gives you access to the hottest music, events, and deals. But on June 1st, we're giving you access like never before. It's iHeartRadio Access Day, our 24-hour way of saying thank you for listening. Go to iHeartRadioAccessDay.com today.
You could be spending Meet Friday with me, Dan Patrick, and the Danettes for a VIP experience in the Man Cave, all part of iHeartRadio Access Day.
Head to iHeartRadioAccessDay.com to register to receive reminders for when experiences like this and more go live on June 1st.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan. Radio.
Something. I saw this story this weekend. It's reminding me that there's a lot of you that do this, and I don't understand it. I've never understood it. You folks who are listening to the sound of my voice right now, and you know I'm talking about you, who sleep completely naked. I don't understand it. It's a strange practice to me.
Don't like it.
So you're not in this group either, then, Celia?
No.
Okay, Sabrina, are you?
Not.
You're
I am not, but I will say that I have,
Yeah.
and I think it's mostly after like a long night of drinking.
Right.
And I will like
every once in a while it makes
just
sense.
socks on.
Like every once in a while you wake up in the morning, you're like, whoa, all right.
It was hot.
Okay, something happened here. And you move on with your life. But the people that not only do they sleep naked, some of you, but they're like evangelists about it, and they can't. If you say, just put on some boxers or something, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
so constricting.
And now, follow-up question for all those people: how often are you changing your sheets?
Yeah, because you're rubbing it.
You nasty.
It's all getting in there. There's no avoiding this. And Courtney is in this category. I'll be real with you here. Okay.
All right. Did she want you to be real?
I don't know. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get it. I don't understand it. But if you try to say, oh, well, why don't you do this? It is like they step their foot down as hard as they can on any idea that they're going to change. The people who do this, who sleep naked, they love it. They apparently just go absolutely nuts for this. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. Both people. And the story that I saw, it was about this guy who's 28 years old, and he said he'd been living in a house for a couple of years. Here's what he said. His quote was, "One of the main reasons I chose this place was because my bedroom faced east, allowing me to wake up to the morning sunlight. Most mornings I wake up before my alarm goes off just because the sunlight is coming through the window and it wakes me up. There used to be a tree line that provided a natural barrier between my house and any potential neighbors, so I never saw the need for curtains or blinds, and they're expensive as hell for the nice ones," he said. Now, there's a house that was built after he was there, right across from him, and they cut down a bunch of like the bushes and stuff. So he says now when he wakes up, if he's naked, he's right in front of the window, and the neighbor can perfectly see it. So,
curtains, my guy. Curtains.
Like the idea that you're like, curtains are too expensive, and the nice ones are. Get out of here with this nonsense. You can't have everything in the neighborhood completely built around what's best for you. If you want to sleep naked, but also understand that like your neighbor probably doesn't want to see you like, what are you doing? Walking up to the window in the morning and just like pressing against it?
Doing some
Do my morning
stretches?
helicopter for all to see?
Yeah, that's very weird.
They're just like a brown star.
Yes, that's a really bizarre behavior for you to do. And he said, I've always been comfortable sleeping in the nude. It wasn't an issue when there were no neighbors around. Not long after the people moved in, the father from the house came over to my house and pretty much told me to stop being nude in front of my windows since his family can see inside my bedroom. They said he wasn't nice about it, but he wasn't mean either. Just a matter of fact. Gave me an order and expected it to be done like I was his kid or employee or something. And he thought that he was not in the wrong here in the slightest, because his expectation was that he could sleep naked and wake up to the sun creeping in, and then do that thing where I guess he just has to stand in front of the window, because you can sleep naked Sleep as naked as you want. And then when you wake up, put something on.
Yeah.
And then when you're in
Like
front
a
of the window.
robe.
Yeah, have a robe right by your bedside. And then when you wake up, toss the robe on and walk around. And you don't have this problem. Or you could solve the problem by getting curtains. Or there's like 10 ways for this guy to fix this problem.
And I'm still so blown away that that person can do that and their window, and there's nothing the cops can do.
Technically, I don't think there's anything they could do.
And then there was a guy we talked about earlier this year that was mowing his lawn in the nude.
That was amazing.
And there was nothing that they could do. But then some guy goes to the gym and exposes himself.
And then you're going to jail.
And now you are on national news.
That's a trip to prison if you do that. That guy who was doing the yard work and stuff naked was fantastic. All the video
He
that
dodged a bullet.
they had B-roll of this guy like leaning over, bending over into the bushes.
Why would you want to do? I mean, if you're a person who wants
It's
to
kind of cucky, is it
be
not?
outside,
It's a nudist thing, isn't it?
if you want to be a nudist, you want to be outside naked. That's one thing. You want to do yard work naked?
That's dangerous.
You want other people to see you that are not part of the nudist community?
I think some of these people, there might be multiple reasons why they're doing it. It seems kind of voyeuristic to me to watch somebody doing that, but like you're making such a spectacle of yourself. What do you expect?
If I photograph that person, have I committed a crime?
I don't know. I don't
There's
think
no,
so.
if he's in his front yard, no expectation of privacy.
There definitely is not.
No, he's out in public, and then so you would be okay to do it, I guess.
That'd be weird.
It's the whole thing is very, very odd to me. But it's like different types of people, and the people who do this stuff, they are in that bucket, and they're just locked into their decision. Like, I only sleep naked. And somebody brought up on chat, and I think you might be right about this. So much of it is based around what you did as a child.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you something. There was a big moment in my life when I switched things up when I was in about 7th grade, okay? And I remember how awkward and weird the switch was for me. And when I tell you, it's not going to seem like a big deal. But at the time, it was a very awkward, big deal for me. And what it was all the way up to like age 7 or so, I wore like tighty whities underwear. Right. Wore them every day. That's what my dad wore. That's what I wore and passed down. Well, not passed down like that.
Okay. Was going to ask real quick.
And so that's what I wore. And then all of a sudden I looked and I was like, the style, the fashion, all my friends, every kid wears boxer shorts. And I don't want to get made fun of for wearing the whitey tighties. So I switched over to boxer shorts. And because that's what I was used to the underwear, it was such a weird transition.
It's very weird. You feel like you're free balling.
Yeah, you feel like there's too much air and
that's when things start sticking.
Yeah, it's like an awkward transition. It's a really weird transition.
Yeah, I pretty much didn't make it.
Yeah. I mean, because you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, you put them on.
I mean, like boxer briefs are the most I go into Boxerville.
Right. Because it's just a different experience.
I like the constriction.
You like to be, hold me in.
Love a good chafe.
I like my bundle to be bundled.
If there's anything I could relate to is like wearing your first thong.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be very similar.
That was like, as soon as one person showed up, and they're telling you that you wore a thong, I mean, it was every other girl was begging her mom, well, Stacy's doing it.
All right.
Let me try.
Here's the
Not
thing.
great.
Uncomfortable question.
Okay.
I feel like this would be the weirdest thing, and it's similar to the experience of boxers versus briefs. If you were wearing a thong, the thing to me that would seem weird is, aren't your butt cheeks just right up against the clothing that you have? That seems like it would be weird.
What do you mean?
Like there's no fabric between your butt cheeks and
Feels
the
like
pants.
like a wedgie until you're used to it.
Oh, that too. But
if
it's
you're
too
wearing
freeing.
whitey tighties, your butt cheeks are together.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, the thing about this is it's just about you don't feel held in, as Elaine said. Like, you want it to pull you in and there not to be too much movement going on.
Yeah. I like the embrace.
Right. And if you grew up sleeping naked, then all of a sudden if somebody goes, nope, you got to sleep with some clothes on, that's going to feel so restrictive to you. And it's just whatever you did when you were growing up, you get stuck in that for the rest of your life. Here's another example of
I think
how
it's
this
so.
happens.
If that's the case, that means whoever sleeps naked grew up sleeping naked.
I guess so.
With when they lived with
Like,
their
all right,
parents.
kids, brush your teeth.
Get naked.
Nighttime story, take off your pajamas.
Get naked and get in bed. That's how you stick with these things. Like, think about this with cigarettes. I always wonder about when they have like deals on cigarettes and stuff. Everybody I know who smokes cigarettes smokes like the first kind of cigarettes they were trying. You
no,
whatever
not
type
me,
you get.
man.
When you changed brands.
Oh yes.
See, most people that I've met, I don't think I've ever met anybody that's like jumped from one brand to another.
I had a bunch. Like I think the first cigarette I ever tried and then didn't touch it again was like a Basic that I stole from my grandma.
Right.
And then
what's a Basic?
It's a menthol
it's
cigarette.
awful.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It's like a piece of paper that you burn and then get into your lungs.
Yeah.
And then I've done Camels. I had a menthol phase, but I won't touch that anymore.
So you're like a
Black
nomad.
and Mild.
You're a cigarette nomad.
And then now I've stuck to my Marlboro Lights.
What's the?
That was 27s forever.
You're a cigarette vagabond.
Yeah, moving from brand to brand.
All right, let them buy a plug first,
There's
please.
no loyalty whatsoever. I've been the same. Well, actually, I think I did change like once for a little while, but I would never be like, oh, these ones are 30% off. let me get that right now. I don't think that usually does it for people. Okay, well, quick break. When we come back, jury duty. And one of the things that we're going to talk about in jury duty, I think we mentioned this on Friday, but it's about the DoorDash lawsuit that's going on out there. If we didn't mention it,
I don't think we talked about it on the air.
I think we mentioned it during a break or something.
Yeah.
I read through this. It's actually kind of crazy. It's way different than I thought initially. I thought something different was happening. We'll talk about what's happening here and if you could perhaps get some money out of this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Facebook may have changed how it looks, but we still remain your source for the content you never knew you needed or wanted. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
What's going on with Jason Tatum? In a must-win Game 3, he was a virtual no-show. No doubt Joe Mazzulla's been a disaster as a coach, but the biggest stars like MJ and LeBron have always fought through weak head coaches. Boston fans love their loud and boisterous, confident stars. Big Papi, Gronk, KG. Tatum's not that guy. Now the Celtics are one game away from being bounced early again. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Style runs in the family. Athleticism runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Learn more at MBUSA.com or test drive one at your local dealer.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that. But in about 7 billion years, it's going to explode, obliterating the Earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Summer at Racetrack. The sun's out and savings are in. We've got the deals to keep you deal-lighted all summer long. Stop in and buy any 20-ounce bottle of soda and sip on another for only $1. But the party doesn't stop there. Snag one slice of pizza and get another for only $1. More soda and more pizza. Saving money never tasted so good. Now that's how you make summer deal-lightful. Racetrack. Whatever gets you going. Restrictions apply. Limited time only while supplies last. See store for details.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
So there I was, deep in the heart of the jungle. You know, solving all the puzzles, doing my thing. Then I see it. the lost treasure of Simia. I grabbed it and hightailed it out of there in my Nissan Rogue. Suddenly, arrows. Fire. Now, I know this may sound like an epic tale of adventure, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. The temple crumbles, boom, crash, but I'm too fast with my trusty VC turbo engine.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select 2023 Nissan Rogue trims. Availability is limited. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months on new 2023 Rogue, excluding S trim and dealer stock. Example, 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 5/31/23.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next. And here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years, and right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
A small roof leak can lead to a big problem if not repaired. Call the professionals at Skylight Roofing for all your roofing needs. 407-430-ROOF. Get your free roof inspection, skylightroofing.com. Roof with us.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for the unofficial start of summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with SimpliSafe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options. Backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Spending more time outside? Don't let mosquitoes ruin the fun. At Heron Home and Outdoor, we specialize in mosquito control and prevention to protect your yard. Visit myheronhome.com today for a free quote. Heron Home and Outdoor, your local pest and lawn experts.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Jury duty in just a moment. And I want to start by getting into this. I think Celine's right. I think we only talked about this during the break on Friday. For some reason, it didn't come up on the show.
I think it was like, it was after Moses left, because it was something that I was like, oh, we should have asked him about this. I wish I would have seen it about this DoorDash lawsuit.
Right. Yeah, so DoorDash is accused of doing something that is pretty crazy, which is charging iPhone users more than they charge Android users.
Hey, what the heck?
All right.
Why?
Well, okay. If you're just a regular old iPhone user that has apps and goes about your day, that does sound crazy.
Right.
If you have any experience with the way Apple does charging for things,
it's not surprising at all.
Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to make up for the fact that Apple takes more money.
Right. It's like when Fortnite got into a fight with Apple because Apple takes such a large portion of the proceeds from any sales through the App Store. And it's really like one of these things where, because Apple is viewed as like a hip company and they have the right politics and stuff, nobody goes after them. But it's insane. Like, people who are, if you're super poor and you come up with an idea for an app and you learn to program and you put all of your time and effort into it, and then you want to now upload it to the most prominent app store in the world. Between Google's App Store and iPhone's App Store, you have to exist there. If you want to be an app and you want to make money, you have to participate in those stores. Otherwise, you're screwed, or you have half the possible audience.
You got Windows people.
The Windows people are so small that it's like negligible. It like doesn't really impact your company
They're
that
just
much.
happy to be here.
If you're not on Windows. But if
Can you still get a Windows phone?
No,
I don't know. I haven't seen anybody with one in a while, but the experience that I've had is like this. So let's say somebody did that. You're a poor person. You come up with an idea. You program the idea, and you go to put it in the App Store. The first thing you have to do is pay a fee of, I think it's $100 or maybe $199 to be a developer, and it's every year you have to pay that fee to be a developer if you want to push out any updates or have your app exist in the App Store. So that's one thing they hit you with. The second thing that they hit you with is, I think it's like 30% of all transactions goes to Apple. And now they've worked on moving that down a little bit, but like the idea that Apple is taking any significant percentage from apps that aren't making, like, let's say $1 million a year. Like, after the app is making $1 million a year, now you've got like a corporation going, right? Now you could say it costs us a lot for bandwidth to let people download this, et cetera, et cetera. But you got mom and pop shops, and Apple's just taking 30% of every single dollar that comes into them, and that's screwed up. So back to it. C-Lane's point remains. If you have an iPhone app, you oftentimes will charge more on the iPhone to make up for that lost money. So there's things like, I'm trying to think of somebody who does this, but there's like some on-demand video services where if you want to subscribe on the iPhone, it's $9.99 a month. And if you wanted to do it on their website.
Like Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Amazon Prime has some stuff like that too, but it's like if you want to do it on their website, it's like $6.99 a month or whatever.
Right.
Like it'll be cheaper to subscribe, not in the iPhone store. But this seems to be more complicated than that. And it seems really messed up, actually. So let me read you some of this from sfgate.com. A proposed class action lawsuit levels broad allegations that DoorDash, I'm sure you've used this at some point, the San Francisco headquarters
On my iPhone.
food delivery giant, is engaging in fraudulent behavior, in part by charging iPhone users more than they charge Android havers. The complaint, a hefty 134-page airing of grievances about the fees and upsells faced while ordering on the app, filed by Maryland resident Ross Hexkin, or Heckcox, and his children, contends that DoorDash conducts price discrimination by allegedly charging iPhone users an expanded range fee more often than their Android counterparts. Here's how this works. Here's how they figured this out. In one set of tests, an Android phone and an iPhone were used to place the same order, a breakfast sandwich with avocado and egg whites and a chocolate chip bagel from a nearby Panera Bread.
Chocolate chip bagel.
To the same, it's the worst.
Do a better study.
To the same address simultaneously. So they had two phones next to each other, one Android, one iPhone, and they're getting the food from the same place, same order, to be delivered to the same location. They said in the first order, according to the suit, the iPhone was at the delivery location and the Android was 15 miles away. The iPhone user received the expanded range fee. In the second, the phone's locations were reversed, with the iPhone being used 15 miles away from the delivery site. The iPhone user was still charged the fee. So what they find out that they're doing is, so often, if you're on an iPhone, they're hitting you with all these extra fees instead of telling you, hey, because you're an iPhone user, we're going to charge you more. They think they're doing it behind the scenes.
That sounds like a class action lawsuit.
Yeah, that sounds like something that they're not legally allowed to do. It would be like finding out a digital casino was cheating against you.
Right.
Know? Like, this is an unfair advantage here.
So wait, they have the fees, and is there a side-by-side of the two receipts?
It doesn't show it in this story that I see. No, not from SFK. Yeah. They didn't do this. They said in a third test involving Panera, the phones were both at the delivery location. The iPhone not only allegedly received the expanded range fee, but was charged an additional $1 in delivery fees. The other test alleged the delivery fees on iPhone orders are greatly inflated. So they're doing like the end around to add more charges to the bill because Apple takes some of the money from them, I guess.
I still think, I mean, I guess it's just illegal to charge one person one price and one person a different price?
I think so. Yeah. I think if you're offering a service, unless you explicitly tell people that the service is going to be more if you're using an iPhone.
I mean, okay. if I went into a Panera, because that's the one we're talking about,
Get
and
that,
I got this
chocolate
stupid
chip bagel.
chocolate chip bagel,
Can't
right?
get that out of your head.
And then a person of color came next to me and ordered the same exact thing, and they were charged more. That would be discrimination.
Of course, yeah.
However, I don't think iPhone users are, as much as they like to think they are, a protected class.
No, they're not. But I think it would be about like unfair practices or something like that.
Hey, if you're not being told what you're charged
Yeah.
for, I mean, that's what
have
was
to be
going on with
upfront about costs.
Ticketmaster.
You're
Right.
being told that it's a delivery fee.
Yeah, but the delivery fees should be they should be used in such a way that it's even across the board. You shouldn't have like some people who get hit with more delivery fees solely because of the type of device that they're using, right? I mean, that seems screwed up. Unless, like Sabrina said, if there was a pop-up that said, hey, by the way, there's an iPhone surcharge.
I mean,
We were talking earlier today, the listener that complained about the added tip, the automatic one,
Mhm.
and he was like, it's not fair that I didn't know ahead of time, and it was just on this like placard, and it seems like Apple is even skipping the placard part of it. Placard is such an old word to use.
Well, it's DoorDash.
Like a brochure.
It would be DoorDash that would be doing this. Like,
DoorDash,
they would
sorry.
be unfairly charging additional fees to people based on their device type. Not anything else to do with order or anything else. Like, there's not like any part of the algorithm that would make it more expensive for another reason. The phones are in the same places. The orders are the same. The drivers have to drive the same. Like, everything about it is the same, but for some reason it's more expensive on the iPhone. That doesn't make a lot of sense. And that seems like you're up to something.
I'm glad that they're trying to expose this and trying to fix it. In my head, I'm like, I don't know what's illegal here.
Right, yeah.
I don't think that they're doing anything. Do I think that they're doing something that I don't like or don't agree with? Sure. But, I mean, I expect to pay more when I'm getting something delivered anyway. I mean, an Egg McMuffin on Uber Eats is definitely not the same price as one at the counter.
No, they have so many tricks. That's what it is. Like, they put the money...
Instacart tells you that. Instacart will be like, hey, I know you've been to a Publix before, and you know what this should cost, but because we're Instacart, we're charging a little more.
So I think what you're saying is this. On DoorDash, if I look up the cost of a Big Mac, that is not the price that a Big Mac actually costs at a McDonald's, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're buying your order and it shows you all your totals, does it act like that's a fee that they're taking, or does it just say that that's just the cost of the food? Because that also seems dishonest.
It says that's the cost of the food.
See, that seems dishonest to me because that's not how much the Big Mac costs.
And on top of that, though, like you'll have this small group of people that brings it up, and it may go viral as a story. But there's too many people using the service all the time that they continue to get away with it.
Is that the number one delivery service?
And actually, I would say Uber Eats, but maybe DoorDash.
They make a
I don't
bunch
know.
of money.
I think DoorDash is older, so maybe. But I mean, if you even like with McDonald's with the Big Mac thing, if you're using the McDonald's app to order your food and you're picking it up, it shows you one price. If you switch to delivery mode, those prices go up.
It changes. Okay.
So I mean, that's where I go.
It's interesting though.
It's already a thing that's happening. I don't see what.
But shouldn't that be a delivery fee instead of making it look like the item costs more money?
Well, they do both. There is a delivery fee.
No, but this is like a secret one that they're just putting into the price of the food itself. It's very strange, and I think there's a lot of people who don't know that they're probably being taken advantage of in this stuff. That's jury duty. We'll leave it at that. It's brought to you by
Thanks,
our friend
Moses.
Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. We love Mo, and you will too. Injured on the go, just call Mo. It's 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE, or you can go to justcallmo.com. Here's the thing. With a lot of these attorneys, it's a big, giant law firm. You're never going to meet the guy on the billboard or in the commercials. He's never going to know who you are or your name or the details of your story. What's going to happen is you're going to be put in a spreadsheet, and an algorithm is going to tell them when to settle your case. That's literally what happens at some of these places. With Moses DeWitt, he's going to hear your story. He's going to understand what's going on, and he's going to fight for you against those billion-dollar insurance companies, and you deserve that. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE. And also, the Brian Koberger guy is in court today. I've seen some of the action from there. That's the guy who murdered the four University of
the one
Idaho
whose
students.
fan we talked to.
Yeah. This chick was like a big fan of this guy. She's probably excited. Today's like the Super Bowl for her. He allegedly killed 4 people, and we'll see what the plea is in that case. When we come back, somebody is very, very, very upset. I'll tell you why. I'll play the audio for you, and you'll hear them freaking out. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's back. The 2023 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, May 16th through the 29th in Lock Haven Park. Got a button yet? Tickets and buttons available now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Watch out for delays due to an accident on Gulfway Boulevard at Alafaya Trail. There's congestion on I-4 westbound between Parr Street and South Street. You can expect delays on I-4 heading westbound between World Drive and State Road 429. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Orange Blossom Trail heading southbound at Cypress Crossing Drive. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome at the end of your first year. They automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you've earned, doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
This year full of real radio is sponsored by Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa! Hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
The places you drive past have a story to tell, and the Autio app brings those stories to life. Autio automatically plays narrated tales about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories right outside your car window. Featuring over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, many narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Make your next drive an adventure. Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome to IKEA. Enjoying the spring weather?
Yeah, maybe too much. I got really excited and invited my entire office over for a barbecue.
Oh, well, our Get Ready for Summer sale has offers going on now through 5/29 on outdoor essentials, summer dining, indoor furniture, and more. You'll be barbecue ready without breaking the bank.
I think you just earned yourself an invite.
Nice. Visit IKEA-USA.com/getreadyforsummer to do summer your way. Offer valid now through 5/29 U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
If you're a pro that paints, the Home Depot is here to save you money. Paint stores try to convince you you're getting a good deal by offering deep discounts on paint, but what they don't tell you is the starting price is too high to begin with. The real question is, how much are you paying per gallon? Nobody beats the Home Depot's price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paint, stains, and primers. Plus, our pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
Mills Air has been in business for over 30 years. On behalf of iHeart's Access Day, they'll be offering our listeners a special offer of up to $3,500 off new AC units. A Carrier factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. For more information, go to millsair.com.
Hey, Magic fans, when you're heading out to the Amway Center or anytime you're away from your business, commercial, or residential property, or you have a special event and you want to be sure that you're well protected, contact American Protection Services and Investigations, proud partner of the Orlando Magic. For a full list of our security services, dial 833-4APSI. Over 30 years in the business, your safety is our top priority because your business is our business.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with SimpliSafe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options, backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
When you open your hopper, you don't fill it with just any hardwood pellets, right? You fill it with Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Made right here in the USA with North American ingredients and a 100% natural hardwood blend, Kingsford pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add delicious smoky flavor to any meal. Kingsford's the name you trust for the low and slow cooking you crave. So look for Kingsford 100% hardwood blend pellets. Kingsford.com.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
I've told you about a million times. Courtney and I, we take after the show, we wait a little while, and then we take Lady the dog for a walk each day. And
your sandwich?
We bring her around. We go like a mile plus, a little bit over a mile, and then we come back to the house, and Lady gets her exercise and gets to go to the bathroom and all that good stuff.
Sweet girl.
But
let's go potty.
I haven't told you. She always goes. Sometimes she goes twice. One time she went 3 times.
Are you talking about
excessive.
pee-pee or are you talking about poo-poo?
Poo-poo. Yeah,
okay.
Like 3 totally separate incidences.
Wow.
Like, along the way.
It's not a word.
I think she was trying to make us impressed. Like, you know,
look at me.
Look what I can do here.
Look at my poop, Dad.
So we do this walk every day, and it's a nice time to catch up and then just give her some exercise and whatnot. What I haven't told you is there's one portion of the walk every day, basically, where it gets weird. And there's this guy who parks in his car right next to the park. And it's
Park
like
to park?
It's this big open area, and there's a park, and then right next to the park, there's a high school. You guys know where the high school is over there.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy sits in his car, and sometimes he might have like an audiobook on. Sometimes it's just dead silence. Mostly, I think it's just dead silence. And he's just kind of like staring off into the distance. And
that's weird.
Yeah, we started to see this.
Is this around the time that school gets
It
let
is.
out?
It's later than that. It's around like 5 or 6 o'clock, right? So like we're around then. But I don't know what's going on with this guy, and I don't know what he's doing. And really, it's none of my business, but I just think it's kind of strange.
So I'll talk about it on my radio show.
Well, hold on. I want to see what you guys think is going on here, because every day we'll walk by, and there he is. He's just kind of like staring out his window, and there's no like house that's right in front of him.
Tinted window, or he has the windows
down. All the windows are down.
That's strange.
And he's sitting there just in the quiet most of the time, or listening to that audiobook right along the sidewalk. And every day, every single day, this guy's there for the most part, except for a handful of days where we haven't seen him. Courtney's always like, "What's going on with this guy?" And I said, "I don't know.
What's his deal?"
I said it could be anything. Maybe this guy like told his wife he got a job, but he really doesn't have a job, so he just
Oh, you guys are going with weirdo scenarios.
I don't know.
What scenario pops in your head?
He has a kid that he's waiting for to get out of school.
There's, but the school is long done with, unless it's like after stuff, because it'll be like 5:30 or 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
And so anyhow, we go by this guy. He's always in this car. It's very, very strange.
You said he frequently listens to audiobooks?
Frequently audiobooks or nothing. One or the other.
So
Are they the audiobooks, like, can you tell what he's listening to? Is it like self-help, or is it
honestly, it sounds
erotica?
like it sounds like motivational speaking kind of things. Like,
Tim Robbins
that's,
style.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting the gist of as I go by there. I'll hear something like that.
I don't trust it.
And
I the reason I ask is because there's the phenomenon of it happens when you're listening to even the radio, like us. If we're in the middle of a good story, people will stay in the car longer because they want to hear how the resolution.
Right, what's the payoff?
Yeah. If my wife is at a particular part in one of her audiobooks and she gets into the neighborhood, she goes, "What do I really have to do for the
Swing
next
around?
20 minutes?" And if she has something to do, sometimes she'll go into her like dressing room and do that,
Right.
like finish up laundry, but still listen to the book. But she'll drive around the neighborhood just to get that last little bit of book in.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but
Surprised she doesn't have the cops called on her.
Well, that's what I'm
Driving
getting.
It's because she didn't just park in front of the lake and sit it there.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to in just a second here. So I don't know why this guy's there every day. Seems kind of weird. There's a playground nearby, which makes things it always seems weirder that way. Like, what are you doing, watching the kids in the playground? So the other day, Courtney and I
He's
walked
not flying
by.
a drone, is he? Because
There's no drone.
I may or may not have found myself in a similar situation next to a playground recently.
You droning over playgrounds, man?
No, I'm droning from the playground.
So we go by the other day, Courtney and I, and as we're walking down the sidewalk, there's a cop at the guy's car. And the guy is audibly upset. He's mad that this cop is there. And the cop's like, "Hey, man, I'm just doing my job. And we were trying to go really, really slow so that we could figure out what was going on.
Slow down.
We're
That's one of my favorite TikTok trends is like us listening to the neighbors argue, but then you're vacuuming like,
your yard.
your patio. You're hanging up a lamp.
We're trying to stretch this out as far as we can so we can get some information. We want some data on what's happening here. And the guy, as best I could tell, was mad because one of the neighbors called the cops and said something to the effect of, like, there's a creepy guy who's always sitting in his car. It's quiet, and he's just, like, looking out at people, and people are uncomfortable. Because if you do anything out of the norm, people become uncomfortable very quickly.
It's amazing that they still call the cops on him because had he been outside of his car and sitting on the bench at a public park, he would be fine.
I don't know. I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. That's the point.
Right.
And so when the cop goes out, he's like, "I don't know, man. I'm just doing my job. I was
You're
asked to
freaking
check.
people out,
You're
though."
making people feel weird." And the guy, he was like, "I can't believe you would even suggest that, like that I was doing something weird." And I'm like, "What? If this guy's not a creeper, like, what would be the reasoning for at the same time every day sitting in your car for hours?"
It's moments like that we have to remember that we are not like everybody else.
Yeah,
like doesn't make us unique, doesn't necessarily make them unique. It's just like there's a sect of people that don't socialize like us. We could sit there at a happy hour at a bar by ourselves, and no one calls the cops on you for that because there's 12 other people with you doing that.
Yeah, I guess it's just the everyday thing.
It's relaxing for it.
It could be as simple as he's
He
like,
also
"Look,
could be a pedophile.
work." There's a lot of different options here. Some of them aren't great, but this guy, I thought maybe he goes to work in the morning, And then his work is like really stressful. And then when he gets home, his home life is stressful. So he's like, I am just going to park right next to the park in this neighborhood.
My wife avoidance spot.
I think you should just ask him.
No, I wanted to so bad. And Courtney talked about that. And I go, I think if I went over and asked him, it would be really inappropriate. And he'd feel like it was even worse than the cop being called over to ask him. So I thought about that. I'm like, what am I going to do? Hey, bud, what's going on? What are you up to?
Why are you here all the time?
That seems awkward to segue into that and start asking the guy questions. Not now, but in like a couple of hours he'll be there, and he's there for a couple of hours. And it just sits right there. So for our whole walk, we see him, and he's not doing anything. He's not seemingly doing anything illegal. I just keep thinking it looks like he's like casing a place, right? Like he's like watching somebody and waiting to make a move.
What you should have done is somehow flagged down the cop
and got the
afterwards
details.
And been like, yo, well,
what's his deal?
Officer.
Yeah.
And they're
What
like,
happened?
oh, it's green
What's
shirt.
with that guy?
Green shirt's trying to get the information.
That's why I hesitated, because I was
well,
like,
we would have given
wait
it
a
to you
second.
before.
You know, the only other thing that is interesting and of note here is when the cop comes and says a neighbor thought you were being creepy and they wonder why you're here all the time and you're just staring out the window in complete silence sometimes in your car. The guy was still there the next day and the next day and the next day. Like it didn't.
That's his right, baby.
It didn't deter him.
There's that baby.
From going into this neighborhood and doing the same exact thing. And it's one of those strange things. But what you'll find in life is if anybody does something different than the rest of everybody else, people freak out immediately. Like, go eat a slice of pizza with a fork somewhere in public. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. If you do things differently, immediately stand out and people are like, what the hell is going on here? This is a travesty. And maybe that's just what this guy's doing. Maybe he's just chilling. Maybe it's nothing, but it seems very, very strange to me. Speaking of strange, there was a politician and her name is Michaela Kavanaugh. She is a Democrat from Nebraska. And I guess Nebraska, like some of these other states, recently passed one of these transgender surgery bans. And then I think they had some abortion stuff too. I don't know if she's mad about that or not. But this lady went to the microphone to protest this. And at first I thought the video was looping, but it is not. She just keeps going.
Is anyone chanting with her?
No. I don't hear any other people who have joined in on this. And you need a little more variety in your chants.
Well,
that's very fast.
Variety, and also there doesn't seem to be a pattern.
No.
I think she's just kind of picking and choosing when she switches things, and so it makes it hard to get on that train.
Yeah, nobody's chanting with you
train.
Because they don't know what you're going to do next. You're unpredictable.
We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here.
You can make this into a beat, though.
The quality.
Oh, she's getting more upset. Okay, I get it. I get it.
I don't know how. I mean, her passion. She has a lot of passion, and probably only 1 minute before she has to yield her time. And then you have another. I hate that I forget her name right now. I'm blanking, but
somebody said she needs a Snickers.
Went very slow, and then called all of her, coworkers in the Senate trash people.
Yeah,
there was no chant to it.
What? It was a Marjorie Taylor Greene?
No. It was a Nebraska Democrat.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but she called everyone trash, and it was no chant to it. But she's like, "I'm calling you trash people because of all of this," and that seems to go more viral than this very fast need a Snickers woman.
It doesn't seem like effective communication.
I want to throw something out there, and then I want you to play a little bit of it back again, just to see if you guys agree or see if you hear this differently. But the quality with which this video is recorded sounds like this woman is a doll with a string in her back.
I thought you were playing it from your laptop.
And when you pull it, this is what happens.
We need trans people. We love trans people.
It does.
You matter.
Or like a Build-A-Bear.
Oh, she switched it up.
I am fighting for you, and I will not stop. I will not stop today. I will not stop
You gotta get it together, man. Make your arguments in a way that you can convince people who disagree with you. Don't just scream. It's just screaming a bunch of bumper sticker stuff. Michaela Kavanaugh. And I don't know if it's the mic to blame or the recording or both. Could be a mixture of both.
Little team action.
You know those microphones that they always have at the community
never good
places? They're always such garbage.
Very overmodulated.
Every single one of them sounds terrible. I don't know why that happens. It's just the case at all these places. Also, oh yeah, by the way, when we went out the other day, Courtney and I, you know the peacocks that I'm at war with in the neighborhood? There's two of them that I'd never seen before. And they're the peacocks that have the full-on tail. Like the big, like the real...
The males.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of males that don't have the tail yet because I think they're too young. I think they have to get older. And we're walking along, and Courtney goes, "Oh, my God." And the peacock was like 15 feet up in a tree. And it's like making all these damn peacock noises. And I said, I didn't know they could fly more than like a couple of feet high. Like this thing, it was up in like the top of one of the trees.
They like travel, like they migrate, but they can fly.
It was right before a storm, so maybe it like hides in the tree.
Growing up, I always knew the peacocks were out because it was on my neighbor's roof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where they go all the time in the neighborhood. That's what they do. So that I've seen, but I was not used to this. I was not familiar with this. Let's go to you. Let's see what's happening with your dispatches. You can send one at thenewsjunkie.com. Here's Wendy talking about the guy in the car.
Hey guys, this is my first dispatch.
Thank you.
And I had to talk about the guy that's sitting in his car. He obviously has young kids at home. Like, I can't tell you the amount of times that I've sat in the car for an extra 20, 30 minutes in some parking lot somewhere before going to my house, knowing what I had to deal with when I got home. So, yeah, he's probably a dad. Have a great day.
You see this, Elaine? These are the tips that
Yeah.
we're sending in.
Yeah, I hear it.
If you want to take a little vacation.
We're going to witness that change.
Yeah. It's like...
You had a good last night? Nope. I just had a baby.
We're like, Celine, we found a way to do the podcast twice as fast. Nope. I like my way.
No.
I like it.
Needs to be
And then he's also going to have the baby monitor on Mega Desk there.
Oh, you might need another iPad for that. You're really going to have to stock things up over there. Here's Kurt.
How am I supposed to monitor the baby during the show?
You're just going to look at it all the time.
Just leave the baby at home, right? Or you just...
They're leaving the baby
Let's
at
be a
home, for
latchkey infant. Is that not a thing that you could do?
Does that mean that you will, some shows, need to bring your baby here because of the work
I
schedule?
would probably more likely work from home.
I think it'd be better with the baby in the studio for the content.
Come on, it'd be so much fun.
Put a little playpen over there, and we could set this all up.
Bring the snoo.
Yeah.
Keep that thing nice and sleepy.
And then it has the bouncy cart, too, and it's just going around.
Did you see the thing? Did you see the thing that I sent this weekend that I sent to you in the text message? I think it might be scamming.
To the group chat?
No, I sent it to C-Lane.
Okay.
Because I was looking on Amazon, and it was like, this thing is a miracle. And it was this little machine, right? And if your baby is crying, you hit the button on this machine.
And it shakes it.
And they said it like short circuits their brain, and the kid stops crying. As best I could tell, the thing... It was just like white noise that was coming out of it.
Baby's first lobotomy?
It's doing something to the babies, not on the level of a lobotomy.
Baby shusher.
The baby shusher. That's
Sleep miracle soother.
And they have one for dogs too that they say is supposed to work.
Oh my gosh, this is the first baby thing I've clicked on that I haven't used private browsing. I've been really trying to keep my phone from learning.
But don't you think talking about it, you also get
your algorithm.
Probably some cookies?
Not as much. Not like Ashley.
So
that algorithm's so full of baby stuff, it's not even funny.
Yeah. If you look at it now, they show these people, and the baby is crying at the top of their lungs.
First off, it says I have the option of paying $35 for a baby shusher or $99.99 for a 3-pack of baby shushers. Why should I need more than one?
Because
or am I just leaving them in different places?
They have to be shushed in different rooms.
It could be. If you have multiple babies in multiple places, you would have to use this. But so when the baby's crying, the person hits the button, and then it's like they're changing a radio station. They're trying to like find the right frequency. And when they hit it, the baby goes, whoop, and stops immediately crying. And I said, there's no way this thing
Isn't
works.
there also like a parenting technique that's like let them cry it out?
Yeah.
And this is how they become tougher, emotionless adults.
A friend of mine has already been like, dude, this is what you need to do. Let him cry.
Also, there's another thing, because, Celine, of how tall you are and your big hands, that there's a way to make the baby fall asleep by essentially like cradling it by its neck, and then stomach is on your forearm. I'll send you the link.
Sounds like choking.
It does, but it works.
Excuse me. Here's what I'm talking about. If you're watching, you can see this. This says
Dude,
the baby shusher.
scroll to the baby before and after picture because it's hilarious.
This got the baby crying, and then you put the baby shusher by it. The baby's perfect.
It's fine.
It works perfectly. They got all these photos, and they got like videos where they show the baby.
Whoa.
All right, and that's the machine next to it.
Okay. Are you going to show the rest of the video?
They cut it off. All right, baby's crying. Now you put the machine next to it. Done. Oh, still technically crying. So,
they're adjusting now.
He tunes it in. Isn't that weird?
C-Lane, that's what's up.
That is really strange.
Is that shush noise coming from the shusher?
Yeah. It's like
It's a creepy noise.
It's like a white noisy kind of thing.
Yeah.
But look, it has 4.4 stars and 18,579 ratings.
Now, let's talk to these babies that were shushed 10, 20 years from now.
See if they're well off or if they've...
Can they fall asleep without a shusher right next to them?
They keep
you
it
know
their
those
whole
people
life?
that have like this tiny little baby blankets that have been just completely bit to shreds and they still carry it around as a 25-year-old?
Now, it's clear from the video that it seems to have some effect on infants.
Mm-hmm.
Does it say whether or not it works with a 35-year-old adult female?
It doesn't suggest that here. But look, there's also the dog shusher. And if your dog's barking, you do the same thing. This company's really going after the marketplace.
Everyone shush.
And they said this works too. I don't know, man. It seems
How much
too
is
good.
that?
This one only has a 3.1 stars and 51 ratings. So the baby shusher seems more tried and true.
It says dog shusher, but it says it's a calming aid, relaxing sound machine with anxiety and separation anxiety stuff. I wonder if that would be good for, because I just try to give the dogs the CBD treats. I don't know how effective it is.
Right.
But when the thunder starts,
You
coming,
got to try something.
Oh man, the other day when it hailed at my house,
yeah, that was bad too.
There was a ton of hail all over my backyard. Lexi was not pleased, just not having it.
I don't know if the dog shusher will help or if this whole thing is a bunch of nonsense.
Need to go to the shusher.
And now we have to experiment with this. All right, quick break. When we come back, we're way behind here.
Holy crap, Sean.
When we return, we're going to hear from you. Your dispatches, we got them all queued up and ready to go. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
We know you're spending some of your work time on Facebook. Like our page at Real Radio 1041. And we'll keep your secret. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Orange Blossom Trail heading southbound at Land Street. There's congestion on I-4 westbound approaching the beach line and before State Road 535. And delays in the city on I-4 westbound between Parr Street and South Street. You can expect delays on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Kickstart your imagination with Audible. Hear celebrity and music memoirs, mysteries, true crime, and more. Audible is the home of storytelling. Audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
All right, folks, my friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Mind Boggler. A big congrats to last week's winner, Steve. Now, the first person to answer this riddle correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your riddle. I have keys, but no locks. I have space, but no room. You can enter, but you can't go outside. What am I? I have keys, but no locks. I have space, but no room. You can enter, but you can't go outside. What am I? If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina@realradio.fm. Now, if you don't win today's riddle, don't worry. You got a shot every week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted best downtown Orlando restaurant 2 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious. with a splash of sexiness. If you love great food and incredible atmospheres, you're going to love Maxine's on Shine. For more information on location and reservations, go to maxinesonshine.com.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
Wildfires can burn more than just trees. While spring is wildfire season in Florida, our state is at risk for wildfires almost year-round. Humans are the #1 cause of wildfire. We all must do our part to reduce the risk and impact of wildfire in Florida. Visit BeWildfireReadyFL.com to learn how to prevent wildfire in your community, yard, and home, and to build an emergency supply kit. It's not about if a wildfire will ignite, but when. Learn how you can be ready for wildfire at BeWildfireReadyFL.com.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Wow, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%, so we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Aw, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally do pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine marble, all those beautiful colors. But it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas. And next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
The #1 cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Hear that? That's the sound of water coming from leaking pipes. Hi, this is Pete from Repipe Specialists. Let's end those leaks and the damages they can cause to your walls, ceilings, and floors by replacing those old, corroded, or brittle pipes with high-quality new ones. With over 30 years of experience and work that's guaranteed for life, Repipe Specialists will expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. Call us by this Saturday to save 20%. So long, water-dripping drum solos. If you have leaks or even low water pressure, call Repipe Specialists now at 407-337-4020 to schedule a free home estimate and to save 20% on your entire job, plus 0 down, 0 interest financing for the first 18 months on approved credit, local and insured. Call 407-337-4020 or go to repipe.com. That's 407-337-4020. Repipe.com. Repipe Specialists, making your repipe job fast, seamless, and simple. That's our specialty.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
If you have a family member who is active duty, now is the right time to call Zero Res. Right now, get a 25% military discount. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, tile and grout, upholstery, and oriental rugs. Zero Res, spelled forwards and backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Stop by your neighborhood Petco to save on all your pet's health and wellness needs. Petco has your pet's favorite food brands like Blue Buffalo, IAM's Wholehearted, Royal Canin, and Purina Pro Plan. And when your pet needs to see a vet, Petco Vet Services can take care of your pet's needs, such as vaccinations and flea, tick, and heartworm prevention and more. Don't forget your pet always wants to look their best, so make a grooming appointment while you're there. You'll get every 8th groom free when you unlock the grooming perk in our app. Visit your nearest Petco or go to petco.com to start saving on all your pet's needs.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeff Shreve, and I invite you to follow me as we pursue wisdom and peace through Pray.com's new podcast, Weekly Wisdom. Every week, we will embark on a journey through the Bible to discover encouraging truths and wisdom to last a lifetime. The Bible says wisdom is like a teacher standing at the gate, calling for us to hear her words before it's too late. Will you answer that call? Listen to Weekly Wisdom with Pastor Jeff Shreve on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
Well, this could be the week. Or next one, perhaps.
You better get out there, man. You better get out there.
When we all go bankrupt, we're all poor after next week if this stuff happens, according to some of the experts. And that is...
What expert? Who you been listening to?
Financial experts.
Oh.
You know, the people who know this stuff and who never get it wrong. And there's going to be a bunch of negotiations are happening like right now about raising the debt ceiling in the United States. And whenever they do this, I'm like, oh, God, I don't trust these moron politicians with my money. And they're going to somehow screw this up. What happens is each year, or there's different times that you have to do this, they have to negotiate to allow the U.S. government to borrow more money.
Right.
Now, we have a huge debt right now at $31.4 trillion.
What's our credit score like?
Not great, because per person in the United States, it's like $250,000. That's how much in debt the country is, because politicians spend, and they're not very much in the mood to cut anything.
But then it reflects back on the civilians that are allowed to borrow more money.
Oh yeah, these rules don't apply for you. They only apply for countries. They're allowed to mess around with all this stuff and just make up things as they go along. And if we did this, we wouldn't be able to get a car or a house, or we'd probably be in jail, throw us in a debtor's prison or something. So this is next Thursday, and basically here's what's going on. If the politicians don't agree on a deal that the president can sign, that will raise the amount of money that we can borrow, raise the amount of debt we can have as a country, then the United States will go into default. We won't be able to pay our bills as a country. And that is bad. All right? There's a lot of weird and clever ways that people think you can get around this, including the coin. I don't know if you've ever heard of the coin.
No, tell us more.
The idea with the coin is that the U.S. Treasury makes one coin, and it says, this is a $1 trillion coin. And they just gave the government out of thin air $1 trillion additional dollars to function.
All right.
They don't know if that's legal or not, if they're actually able to do that, or if that would cause more problems.
Could you imagine if that coin accidentally got into the wrong hands?
Somebody gets it. You go to the bank, you're like, I would like to cash this in, please. What would happen if we default on our credit? Nobody's quite sure, says Morning Brew.
Oh, great.
This has never happened before. But finance experts are sure it would be extremely damaging, with the potential consequences ranging from guaranteed recession to global financial market meltdown. The size of the blast radius depends on how long a default would last, according to the New York Times. This has happened in the past, but way long ago. It happened in 1814.
That's the last time?
So, one more time after that. But amid war with the British, the Treasury in 1814 couldn't come up with the money to service its debts, with Treasury Secretary Alexander J. Dallas saying the dividend on the funded debt has not been punctually paid. They recovered from that very quickly. 1933 to 1934, FDR refused to pay Treasury bondholders with gold as agreed upon, and that was a default technically. And then in 1979, the Treasury briefly missed payments on roughly $122 million in Treasury bills because of an issue with computer technology. In 1979, they were paying the bills on the computer. Investors were repaid with interest, they said. But this would be really the first of its kind.
Are we the worst?
What?
Who's in more debt than us as far as countries?
You know what? There's probably no countries that have as much debt as we do, just because
we're number one.
Nobody else has $31 trillion or 31 pretend trillion dollars that they can mess with at all. So hopefully they figure this out. Hopefully these people aren't stupid and nobody holds this hostage, because if the Republicans wanted to, they could hold this hostage and the country would default, and then it would be, your 401k would go to zilch, basically, is what would happen. You'd be in a real bad spot because a bunch of dumb politicians fought over this. So
Perfectly timed with the 2024 election around the corner.
well, we might go broke next week because Thursday is the day if they don't sort this out. I guess they're making some progress, but...
Are we supposed to be taking a little bit of money out of 401k and buying it in gold and burying it?
If you listen to some of the commercials, they will tell you to do that.
Cool.
I don't know if I would do that. I would just hold on for dear life because nobody really seems to know what's about to happen with this. I'm the PC says, who cares? Just have all the other countries bail us out like we bail out the banks and businesses just like that. Yeah, that's a nice theory, but in practice, if you just sit there and watch your 401k seep into the ground, you're probably not going to be thrilled with all of this stuff. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, what we're going to do is the final dispatches, the stories that didn't make the cut. And, of course, today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show. It's like a Viking funeral on the radio. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with more information on today's Fox 35 Storm Alert Day. Afternoon highs will be reaching 85 degrees, but mainly between 2 and 9 o'clock this evening. We could be seeing some strong to severe storms, meaning heavy rain is likely, with frequent lightning, the chance for some gusty winds, and even a small chance for hail. Do make sure you and your family are staying safe and weather aware, and always remember to depend on the Fox 35 Storm Team.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Kickstart your imagination with Audible. Hear celebrity and music memoirs, mysteries, true crime, and more. Audible is the home of storytelling, audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Injured on the go. Just call Mo.
Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando. Sung by an attorney spokesperson.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are at the very heart of our mission. That's why this Military Appreciation Month, we thought you might want to hear a special thank you message from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother Will, who's currently serving as a major in the Army. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
Hi, I'm wishing my pops, retired Colonel Stephen Sheehan of the United States Marine Corps, a happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Commitment connects us. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Summer's heating things up, outside and on the grill. Whether you're smoking a brisket or grilling up veggies, Kingsford Original Charcoal delivers the consistent performance and smoky wood-fired flavor barbecuers crave. Kingsford Original lights faster and has a long burn time, giving you the ultimate grilling experience. So grab a bag of Kingsford Original Charcoal. Kingsford.com. Kingsford Original Charcoal lights faster and delivers consistent performance compared to nationally available charcoal in the USA.
Welcome to IKEA. Enjoying the spring weather?
Yeah, maybe too much. I got really excited and invited my entire office over for a barbecue.
Oh, well, our Get Ready for Summer sale has offers going on now through $5.29 on outdoor essentials, summer dining, indoor furniture, and more. You'll be barbecue ready without breaking the bank.
I think you just earned yourself an invite.
Nice. Visit IKEA-USA.com/getreadyforsummer to do summer your way. Offer valid now through $5.29 U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today. With Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Psychic Hotline, how can I help you?
I need to know what happens tonight on the season finale of The Voice.
Ooh, I see 5 amazing artists performing live.
To win America's vote, yes?
Oh, and I see a cowboy.
Blake, it's Blake's last season. What happens to Blake?
No spoilers. You have to watch live.
Is there anything else?
Yes, it will be amazing.
I knew it!
All will be revealed on the season finale of The Voice tonight on NBC.
starting at 8 on WESH 2, followed by WESH 2 News at 11.
The places you drive past have a story to tell, and the Audio app brings those stories to life. Audio automatically plays narrated tales about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories right outside your car window. Featuring over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, many narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Make your next drive an adventure. Audio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
If you love Florida and you love fun, it's time you went fishing. Because fishing, fun, and Florida just seem to go together. But first, be sure to get your fishing license. It's easy. Just visit fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com. And before you know it, you'll be more relaxed than you can even imagine. Casting away your worries and reeling in the fun. So go to fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com to get your license. That's fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com.
If you're a pro that paints, the Home Depot is here to save you money. Paint stores try to convince you you're getting a good deal by offering deep discounts on paint, but what they don't tell you is the starting price is too high to begin with. The real question is, how much are you paying per gallon? Nobody beats the Home Depot's price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paint, stains, and primers. Plus, our pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
Providing scalable HR services, access to better benefits, payroll, and HR technology for over 35 years. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference. Visit Insperity.com.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Monday. Be careful out there if it's getting nasty weather-wise.
Storm alert day, not a good one.
You know how
Celine's
people
wife.
are. People don't know how to drive in the rain. Like, that's just something I've come to terms with. Yesterday, I was pouring down rain, and I'm driving, and somebody in the middle of the interstate slows down to like 5 miles per hour, and you go, what the hell are you doing? Either pull off to the side of the road or keep going. Like the car literally stopped in the middle of the interstate because it was raining too hard for them. Nobody knows how to drive in the rain. It shouldn't be this difficult, but it seems to be for many of you. So be safe. There are a lot of dummies out there on the road. Let's go over to you with the final dispatches. These are the final times we're going to hear from you today until tomorrow when you can join us on the show.
We're not going to listen to them later.
No, we don't play these afterwards. It's like it dies right here. Here's Shrimp Man with a dispatch.
Hey guys, it's my first time sending a dispatch. Hope you're having a great Monday.
Appreciate it.
Earlier when you were talking about Bluey, one of you said that you couldn't see yourself like having to be a child entertainer. I completely get that. I couldn't either. But when I was younger, my dad used to put News Junkie on the radio, and I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was the funniest thing. And then one day he said, "You want to see what these guys look like? They got a face for radio. It means they're ugly." And I said, "Sure." And he showed me a picture, and I said, "Dad, you're uglier than them." And after that, I wasn't allowed to watch you guys. It just reminded me of that. I thought it was funny.
How old are you?
What a journey you've been on, sir.
God, isn't that crazy? All right, so let's say he's 24.
Yeah.
or let's say he's 22, started listening to us when he was 12.
Yeah, he was
It's been
12 years
that
old.
long?
Yeah. And by the way, when
Isn't
you
that
started,
weird to you, or does that not throw you guys a little bit?
Yeah, it makes me feel old.
That all these little kids are now like,
It makes me feel old, and it also makes me feel like, hey, buddy, 10 years ago, we were much better looking. You know, we were like, I was younger at the time. I mean, obviously, that's just how time works.
right.
Of course.
It'd be weird
We
if
don't
we
have enough time to get at the time.
It'd be weird if we weren't younger.
Yeah, that wouldn't make a lot of sense. Let's go over to Steve-O with
Do you
the
think we
dispatch.
look worse than less?
I think everybody looks great. I think you all look fantastic. Anybody want to say that about me?
You're just stinking, man. Like you
Looking
smell
good.
bad.
Looking good, Stinky.
I don't stink yet. I don't think so, is it? It's not great.
Okay,
It's good. It's
exactly.
Good. It's good, not great. Good, not great. Here's Steve-O.
Hey guys, happy Monday and the rest of the week. I got a funny story about peacocks and roofing.
We'll never be able to hear it because you had your radio too loud in the background. There's not that many rules.
Try again tomorrow.
You just broke one of them. Here's Concrete Mike.
Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned. So I lived in a neighborhood that had over 100 peacocks in it in the Conway Belle Isle area.
Damn.
And these things will roost up in the trees at nighttime to avoid predators like coyotes and such that will kill them while they try to sleep.
Right.
So there's that.
Fun fact.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that the peacocks could get up places, like we were talking about. Like, they always go on the roof of these houses around there. But what I'm talking about is, like, literally 15, 20 feet in the air, this peacock was. It was just standing on this branch, and it was the god-awful peacock noise that they make.
Please grab that.
It's so much. We only have, let's say, like 15 in the neighborhood. Maybe.
I saw 2 this morning.
There's a lot of little ones, too, because they had little babies.
They're the cutest things.
They
I
are
heard
pretty
some
adorable.
this morning.
You did?
Not
You
in
can
this
hear 'em
neighborhood.
from, like, blocks away.
Yeah. No,
Do you have them in your neighborhood?
I have them in like the area across from my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen them in my neighborhood. Ducks are what take up my neighborhood. There's always ducks.
Are the ducks in your neighborhood like the peacocks in as much as they don't seem to have any fear of cars whatsoever?
No, they fear cars.
Okay. It's healthy for them to do that. Because the peacocks will just walk right across the road.
Well, yeah, the ducks cross the street, but most people are they're cool about it.
Right.
Sean runs over them.
I would, if given the opportunity to plow into one of them, I would. Just because they're...
The ducks or the peacocks?
My arch nemesis. It's not ducks. I could never kill a duck.
Oh, okay.
Ducks are adorable, but they're delicious, too. That's the real conundrum there.
Are they, though?
They are.
I don't find
tasty.
that meat
Ooh.
very great.
Oh, duck is good.
Yeah.
Here is E. Corson with the dispatch.
Hey, what up, news junkies?
Hey.
Keep
What
up
up,
the good
E.
work
Carson?
as always. I always love listening to you guys.
Thank you, man.
Dude, in regards to the peacock up in the tree, I really don't know whether or not they can fly or not. But I do remember as a young child,
Riveting.
down in like Stewart, Hope
Roasting
Sound
the poor
area,
guy.
we would watch these peacocks just freaking jump up like they could jump like 10 feet straight up in the air, and they'd always be hanging out on people's roofs in my grandparents' neighborhood.
They're destructive.
Anyway, thought that might have been a cool tidbit of info.
Like for part 2.
Mildly interesting. Thank you. Didion on YouTube says, they destroy my paint on my car. That is the biggest annoyance.
I think that's bad. Turkeys will F up your car.
Well, I don't know if turkeys get mad at the same thing or like get riled up, but it's the peacock seeing its reflection in the car. If you have like a shiny car, and then it's just like bam, and it starts attacking the car like an absolute imbecile. All right, let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. What do we got here? Mayor Eric Adams in New York is tired of the migrants that are being brought into the city, even though they're a sanctuary city. He's calling for migrants now. First he said stop sending these illegal immigrants to New York City, right? Now he's calling for
Except
migrants.
New York was sending immigrants and also transients.
Texas was, and I think.
Do you remember those buses that were coming from New York with a one-way ticket?
Of course, yeah.
Oh.
That was, and it's all. I think it's worked out in their favor a little bit because they're like, look, we have to deal with this every day. You can't even deal with a fraction of it. Eric Adams went from saying don't do that to he's calling now for migrants to be sent to every U.S. city because New York City is now overwhelmed. So he's like, I don't want this just to be on me right now. Orcas are sinking ships off the coast of Iberia, and they think
Saw their loose lips.
It could be for revenge, possibly. They said 3 of the attacks have ended with vessels sinking, and that's it. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. so don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
The longer you dwell on it, the more valid it becomes.
Today I learned
more
for
validity.
Monday. May 22nd, 2023. Today I learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. And by the way, I know he specifically told us not to do this, but thanks to our friend Marky, who dropped off a bunch of food for us.
I thought you were going to talk about the other thing.
No.
I was like, what is he blowing out here?
No, John and John's Pizza. Man, if that ain't the best damn pizza in town. It is so
They need to have more photo shoots over there.
Right? Yeah.
God almighty. It's like the cheese pizza at John and John's is probably one of my favorite anywhere. It's so good. And he dropped it off, and I'm like kind of angry about it because I was trying to eat good, and now
Start tomorrow. It's your birthday week. You can do whatever you want.
Oh God, I'm already going to eat bad at the end of it on my birthday. But thank you, Marky. Delicious stuff from John and John's. And here we go. Today I learned this guy right here.
Whoa, Biggie Smalls.
The other guy.
Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy is correct. In the song, I should have played that one actually. I'll Be Missing You by Puff Daddy. It was a huge success, spending 11 weeks at number 1 on the charts. Puff Daddy, though, did not secure the rights to the song, so Sting sued, and he owes 100% of that track. Today I learned this band.
Rancid.
Metallica is correct. Missed the opportunity to do
I thought you might go for it.
Today I learned James Hetfield of Metallica went to rehab in 2001 because he said he was addicted to
meth, cocaine.
chocolates. Chocolates is what he said. It's like, buddy, just stop eating chocolate. If you're addicted to heroin, at least I get it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place in West Palm Beach. More Rover on the way in Orlando. It's the Jim Colbert Show.